big question. Oh my God.
To answer that, we need to talk about parallel universes.
Yo, what up, chat?
You guys can see this
What up?
Now he is
I'm alive.
in sweat.
I'm alive. I'm alive. What's up, you guys? How's it going? How's your Friday night / Saturday morning? So Noita never sleeps, but you are sure, but you sure do sleep in more and more. It's just because I've been coding more and more, you know. Me and Soul are chilling in Discord, getting our program on yesterday. You know how it goes. It's good to see you guys. Sorry if my energy is a little low. I literally just crawled out of bed. Just crawled out of bed. Yes, we were, you know, me and Soul were working on some Dunkbot coding stuff. Yeah, nothing too crazy, just the usual. But I'm glad to see that it's the weekend, so I know a lot of you guys are able to chill, get in some gaming, also maybe stay up a little later than usual so you can hang out with us. If you're staying up late, ruining your sleep schedule a bit to hang with some sweaty nerds, I do appreciate you. I hope that you're excited for some Noita today. We are going to be playing Noita, probably a bit of Twitch integration, maybe a little bit of nightmare mode. I don't know. I don't know exactly what we'll do in Noita, but we'll see what sounds good to you guys. Good morning. I watched the old video, your 1v1 bingo run. Exciting. Are you planning to do it again? Yes, I've been holding it off since forever. I keep saying I'll do it. Yolk skills, I'm sure, have only increased. He's probably a beast. The day I finally 1v1 him again for my redemption run, he's going to be on a whole other level. I'm scared. All right. Twitch integration is waking up. 18 to 27, the Leo Classic. Twitch integration. Let us go. Let's get warmed up. I may adjust the timers as we go. We'll see. We'll see.
I fear the moist mob.
I fear the moist mob. What's up there? Hervamire? I'm butchering the name. Please forgive me. I suck. I know. I appreciate the support. Thanks for the raid, sending your community over this direction. Hope you guys had an awesome stream. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. We are just now hopping into Noita. Mainly just been yapping, talking about Black Friday and the good old days. Back when you could get stabbed trying to save some money on a TV. It was a simpler time. Second one was right. I have never beat a run, but we had a very fun time losing dramatically. Noita deaths very often are dramatic. That's what makes it such a fun game to like clip and stuff. Makes it, because a lot of games, whenever you die or whatever happens, it's kind of like you had to be there to really appreciate it. But in Noita, you don't necessarily have to be there. There are some really amazing deaths that literally just happens to you. You hit that replay, you save it, and then you share it with the community, and everybody as a community points and laughs at you. That's part of the magic of Noita. Come on. But thanks for the raid. Whoop. Just getting warmed up right now. I'll be a little rusty for a moment. Also, sometimes even if you are there, you don't get it. True, you're like, I don't know what happened. All I know is I'm dead. Dunk just killed Dunkbot Rip 2.0. So how do you get my revenge? That was killing 1.0, what you just saw. Getting ready for 2.0. I guess I don't live in a big enough city. Black Friday was always a guaranteed trampling, not a stabbing. The sales just weren't good enough where you were at. Not worthy of jail time. That's sad, really. never experienced true savings. The market failed them. True. Woo! A little spicy over here. The world is angry with us. Some guy tried to choke me on Black Friday once. Good times. I mean, did you pay him to do that? And if so, did he give you a discounted price? Was that the Black Friday deal? He didn't specify. Maybe. Yeah, yes. You are you are absolutely correct. Damn it, hold on, this freaking teleport beacon. He thought I was cutting him in line? Really? Dude thought you were cutting a line, trying to choke you out? People are crazy. That is a boss killer. I heard the ding, but I didn't hear anything else. Hold. Explosion immunity, I'll take it. Cock isn't allowed. You're surprised by not being able to say cock in TTS? This is a wholesome channel. Of course we won't allow that degeneracy. Yeah, I may have to freeze that Steve. He's actually going insane. He's going wild. Okay, I need help. I need help. Replace wand. Oh, hey, you gave me some TNT. Oh, no, no, no. Wait, is this... Are we in New Game Plus? What is happening right now? It was not the explosions that killed me. It was the New Game Plus, I think. Was it New Game Plus? It was something. What do you mean, not even us? I did die to my... I had explosion immunity.
I think that's just what we call it.
I couldn't move anywhere because you guys had voted in, like, New Game Plus enemies. I mean, look at that. Fucking just drilling me. New Game Plus enemies. Classic. Mind's eye. Don't teach the scrubs how to get around it. Don't teach the noobs. You tell them, TTS. You tell them. Hello from Japan. I can ship that body pillow you wanted. First off, he's not talking to me. But I really needed to double check the choice. Also, I will need the payment up front. Grim, are you actually over there in Japan right now? Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having some good memories made over there in Japan. One day I want to visit Japan. I think it'd be cool. I don't know what time of year I would go, though. Japan is a W. Never been. I hear good things, though. Well, I usually don't hear good things if it's in regards to Americans visiting Japan. Usually you hear bad things in that case. And it's usually the Americans doing some crazy shit. Oh my gosh, it's all dead ends. Woo!
Okay, I will just redo the story since you want Reddit and TTS want Reddit. Some guy squeezed my cock during a Black Friday frenzy. Plot twist, the some guy was me.
What? What the fuck? Chad, why are you guys being weird today? What's happening? Magikarp? That's what happened. There we go. Punch. Oh, I just want that nugget. Thank you. Can we see an epic TI win today? I show you guys epic wins every day. Don't you get bored of it?
Nope.
No? You never get bored of my epic dubs?
Nope.
Alright. Last time was weeks ago? That's not true. That is inaccurate. Okay, that was bullshit. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? It left the heart behind.
No confidence.
That's some bullshit. Ooh. That's all I need. That's all I need, baby. One epic win coming up quick. I think if I get a win right now, I think we'll just move into nightmare mode maybe right after this. It means that you guys today just aren't good enough to kill me in TI. There's no reason wasting our time. Ooh, aww. Dude. Okay, hit me. Thank you. I'll go with the... Hold up. Forced checkpoint? Well, that was kind of weird. The hell was that? That was a... I have no idea why the forced checkpoint sent me to that spot. Maybe it has something to do with the swapper? I don't know. I do not know. So, you think it swapped right in the middle of the teleport? That'd be kind of funny. I'd never seen that before.
If someone squeezes your cock on Black Friday this year, you should never feel ashamed to ask your local healthcare provider for STI testing and routine physical. Testicular torsion is no joke. Kapow.
Kapow?
Dozu jisu by paasu ti esu fakku shito asu.
What in the weeb did I just hear? Okay, that was not good. Ow. Okay. Things are happening. And yet I survived. Aha. Easy. Easy, easy. Wait, what? Oh! Oh! Whoa there, little fella. More love. Can I kill him? Okay. I think it's safe to say no. I cannot. Immortal. I mean... maybe he just seems immortal because nobody's tried hard enough yet.
Don't you go dying on me.
Snail just wants to hug you. No hugs for him. I'm sorry. Little laggy, and we're out of there. Aha, a little bit of gold. I mean, I guess you guys are just really excited to jump into TI, I guess. Go with this. Not TI, jump into Nightmare mode. Well, Nightmare mode or random starts. I haven't decided. A little undecided on that one. Okay, chill.
Do you think chat feels like idiots when they say and you don't even die? LMAO
I bet
morons
he's
trying
gonna
to
turn
dunk
up
on the
dead
dunk god.
Whew. I hope they do. I hope they're embarrassed with themselves. Okay. I think I was at the bottom. Shit. Whoops. Okay. Chat, you're embarrassing yourselves. Wait, it wasn't even lava anyways.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Dear Sir DunkOrSlam, I am Prince Karalik from Nigeria. Your help would be very appreciated.
What?
I want to transfer all of my fortune outside of Nigeria due to a frozen account. If you could be so
Sounds
kind and
reasonable.
transfer small sum of 3.500 United States
To your account, I would be able to unfreeze my. That's it. Sounds like a deal. Kurlock, this is a great plan, and it sounds like it's very profitable for me too. Just a good deal all around. Chat, you already lost TI. There's no point in doing a bet. You'll just be embarrassing yourself. So let's go ahead and jump into the nightmare run for today. You should have stepped up your game. You really only have yourselves to blame. You disgust me. We are also at win number 2,590. Woo! Woo! Listen, I'm leaving. Listen. Think about it. Think about it from my perspective. If I continue to play TI and get wins, it's like I'm playing against little kids and just fucking dunking on you guys. I mean, it's embarrassing. All right, hold on. I'm trying to decide what we're going to do here. Because, just so you guys know, we are currently 9 wins away from our event. And the way I see it is, I can't go farming too many wins too quickly. Because, listen, I'm not about to be doing an event while also doing fucking Thanksgiving, while also dealing with, you know, coding stuff. It's just too many layers of shit, man. There's too many layers.
I have the solution. The 2,600 event stream is finished Dunkbot 2.0 on stream.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Just fucking living on stream for a while. What better way could I thank you guys
You guys can see this guy right now. He is drenched.
than by punching you in the face in one more TI run before we jump into whatever we're gonna do for the rest of the day. So, TI, how do we do this? 15 to 25?
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He
That
is
sounds a little crazy,
drenched
right?
in sweat.
10 to 30? 10 to 30 is pretty crazy too. Who was that said the 10 to 30? Was that Authentic Banana? You know what, Banana?
I've been dropping loads around this
Let's get
fucking house
wild.
like a goddamn dump truck.
Let's get wild with that banana. That sounds a little bit crazy. That wasn't meant to sound that perverted. 10 to 30 is the range. 10 to 30.
Or maybe even a moist
Noita, Solar, TI, 10 to 30. The bet light is on as Bayhue throws down a 5 bomb, sweating it up over here, Bayhue. Get your predictions in. Exclamation mark, yes, if you believe I will win the next run. Exclamation mark, no, if you think I will lose. The bets are going to be closing very quickly, so you better type it in right away. Yes, this is a harder range than what we were just doing. But then again, as you can see here, I was just farming wins on these scrubs. Now, I am looking to get another win, but if I do get a win on this one, then I may make the goal of our longer run today something that results in me just dying. I don't know how what I would come up with, but we'd have to come up with something. All right. How do we negative vote? You just, if you wanted to vote for option 1, or if you wanted to vote against option 1, you would say, instead of saying 1, you would say -1. You just put a negative sign in whatever, in front of whatever number, and it becomes a minus vote. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, negative votes should still be working. This is it. This is the run. Non-stop, don't you worry. I'll make you proud, man. I am locked in. Okay, a dead end right off the bat. Really, game? Spells to worms. Not the worst. I have to kind of stall for a moment because spells to worms is pretty dangerous. That almost went badly. I literally just had to run directly into a shotgunner and just say, shoot me in the face. I'll tank it. Health down, very uncreative of you. Should be ashamed of yourselves. What are you guys beheeing about? Chat. Anticipating the behees? Anticipating the behees? Oh.
Will you fall down and bleed to death?
Well, that is quite lame. Damn it. This is a really crappy shop. Impressively bad, I would say. Nerf potions. Invis becomes freezing liquid. Oh, give me a useless teleportadium. Thick water. This is all bullshit.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
I'm in the first zone with new game plus enemies, and you're telling me that teleportadium is OP? Okay. Ooh. I gotta get rid of thick water. Health down. Meanwhile, as chat spams health downs at me. These are the people giving me feedback on balance. Narsen! Narsen, thank you for the 41-monther! The fuck is thick water? It doesn't actually exist in the game regularly. So the chat was like, hey, let's make up a material that just screws you over. And they invented thick water. Basically just water with a slime effect. Bullshit. Ah, I just wasted all my mana. I should not have used them, so... Oh my goodness. Weepocalypse. Aha. Exactly. Exactly. $180. Okay, so I can move these here. At least a good chunk of them. And because of the mana pool, it should be fine. Okay, what is that? Everyone loves LARPA? Wait, if I shoot that... Oh. Don't mind me. Hey, I'm playing fair. Fair and square. I may have just shifted water away. Oh, that propane tank is getting a little frisky. Oh my god. Stay locked in. Just doing what I do. So I don't... Oh no! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! Ooh, that would have killed me. Thank God. Oh! What? It's still going? How does that work? How does that fucking work? That's a boss killer. I want to use this one. Spiked drinks. Haters.
I'm a big fan of honey. I like it. I use it. I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in.
Screw it. That's an explosive, but I'm explosion immune. But the acid will be scary. Keep it cool, keep it calm. Oh! 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 What? What? No! No! That is so stupid! You were getting outplayed at every turn! You got so lucky! That is so stupid. So let me get this straight. Your idea of balance is summoning a bridge boss directly on top of me with Big Steve.
You were playing pretty good, however you did not expect our instant death vote.
No, like, you did not plan, because Big Steve can't see Invis either. So as long as this dude, the problem is whenever the bridge boss spawns, his wand still see you when they're Invis.
Current dunk_excuses.txt.
No,
Hungry,
no, you know that was bullshit. You know.
Coding, Copium 2.0, hacked, DDoSed, packet loss, hair falling off, malware,
What's up, Snack?
hardware malfunction. It's impressive when you win, but it's funny as fuck when you die like that.
That's so bullshit. That Invisibilium lasted way too long, being fair. There's no shot, no water dribbled into it through the entire hiisi base. Sneck, it's called skill. Try it out sometime. Try it out. I'm just saying.
I think that's just what we call
You gotta keep your flask safe. I don't even know if you guys noticed during that all that craziness, but at one point I even like juggled a fucking flask, no problem. Earlier, you may have missed that. You probably blinked. All in, new game plus enemies. It was brutal. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't even be like, oh, you were cheesing. I literally have the starter wands and new game plus enemies. What more do you want from me?
Had us going. No TP. Actually playing well. However, a real god gamer would have been able to escape such a trivial trap by chat.
Oh my god.
Oh, I really wish you guys.
Damn it, I'm kind of annoyed. I thought this was my that wand that I found with all the black holes in the Holy Mountain was pretty sick. It was like 8 black holes in an early mountain, and I had invis. That's actually my second invis because my other one you spit in, and so I had to throw it away. It was contaminated. That was lucky. It's called skill. Should try it out sometime. All right, where do we have here? Alrighty, 7 streaks going out to Shiloh. Come on, Shiloh. Come on, Mewis. Neeson, Ricky Martin, Shankmo, Majestic Sloth, DS Winter Drake, Finger Blister, Nutsy, Vlad, Tarakashi, Ionic Wasp, and Schlapsky, all with the 7 predictions in a row correct. Congratulations. You lucked into a 7 streak that you should have died because of skill issues. But because you are lucky as shit, because RNGesus decided to give you an easy one, even though your brain wasn't working, your streak is alive. You're a piece of shit and you disgust me. Smack and Cheese with a -7. Smack and Cheese, congratulations on your Baka Dunce cap. Then we got back-to-back 7 streaks going out to Miksu. You know what? I can't shit talk Miksu. I'll probably need his programming skills in the near future. So I'm gonna have to pretend like I'm definitely not angry at him and definitely not gonna ban him later. I would never do such a thing. 3 7 streaks in a row going out to Boom Mag and Bepotate with the 3 7 streaks in a row. The 21 predictions, which would be impressive, except for I Need More Lions. Is the person with the biggest streak, the 28 prediction streak, the 4 7 streaks in a row. Congrats. I just returned, and even I know, without knowing how you died, that it was in fact a skill issue, and Chad is Gigabrains. Look, dude, look at it. You see this on the screen right here? You're telling me that was a skill issue? Look at Bridge Boss and Big Steve spawning right on top of my character. Getting Noita, there was nothing to prevent that unless you ask. Nonstop buys it. Oh, shit. Nonstop. Hold up. Hold on. Nonstop was being very reasonable before. He was like, hey, if you stay locked in, I know you got this shit. I'm curious what he has to say about that loss. Let me check real fast. See, because he'll probably be saying that Chad got lucky as fuck. I know him. I can see that the situation you found yourself in was extremely difficult to escape. It was simply a matter of skill difference. I would have expected Yoke to pull it off, just learn to use the resources next time. Mods, ban that bitch. Get him out of here. A paid Yoke chatter, disgusting. They're the filthiest chatters of them all. Absolutely disgusting. Doom Unit and The Way. I'm sorry you guys had to be grouped together with Nonstop. I know you hated it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We could do a 34 orb run today if you guys are wanting to see that. I would be down with that. Or nightmare mode. If we do a 34 orb, it would be yeah, 34 orb is pretty chill. We would do it with the X and Y coordinate mod though, because I don't want to deal with the bullshit. So I'll let you guys decide for the long run if you're more interested in doing something like a 34 orb run, which I would use a mod for the X and Y coordinate, or you know, Lauren saying use the utility whatever thing. But the point is, we're not going to do it through the XML file because I don't feel like grinding that out or doing any of that nonsense. So we would do a 34 orb run with the X and Y mod to know our coordinates. Or we'd only turn the X and Y mod on for the 34th orb, the final orb. It will not be a no holy man. It would just be a regular 34 orb run. Just kind of like a chill long run, I guess. And then nightmare mode streaking, I think it's going to be another option.
Jenga.
The Jenga stuff doesn't really, I don't know. I feel like it never goes that well. You guys mainly just goof around for a bit, but I don't think it really is. The builds end up just being too obnoxious.
Honest proposition. Nightmare streak?
Okay, I'm down with that too. So Nightmare Streak also on the line. 34 orb run. And I was trying to think of another one to put on the list. Healthium Stone? I'm down with that, Calcifer. If you guys want to create a Healthium Stone, I'll put that on the list too. So 34 orb run, Nightmare Streak, making a Healthium Stone. Healthium Stone, in case you guys don't know, is just literally making it so that the water stone heals you.
Nightmare streak for sure.
Making it so a Healthium Stone can heal you. Let me get the poll going, and then I can open the shop. You know what? We'll open the shop first. That way you guys can distract yourself while I'm having to type up stuff. You said you would consider a museum run at some point? Okay, the museum run also sounds enticing. I'm down with that too. Let me think how we would... What would qualify the rules of a museum run? We would have to find 10 different items to put in our museum, maybe? The museum run could have a Healthium Stone in it. That is true. Find all the lore tablets and books. I feel like it's more of a library run, right? I guess it could be a museum one too. You did do a collection / zoo run fairly recently. It's like the same idea, but it's like applying it to a different thing, right? Because normally on the zoo, it's like creatures. On the collection runs, it's materials. So the museum was supposed to be items focused. The items, yeah. So we could have the potion. We could have a pouch, broken wand, some eggs. This one would be very hard because I think once you've picked it up, I don't know if you can replace it down. The eye, a coup. Probably wouldn't put a coup in there just because it would mess everything up. Rune stones would be good ones. These stones. I think there's some good stuff to drop into the museum. All right. Well, the idea of a museum run is collecting, like, we'll set a number. I don't know the exact one. Let's just say for now we put like 10 or some shit. We just set some number of items we must collect to put in our museum. We'll try to set it up in such a way that it looks like it's organized. It's not just a pile of like random items. Probably set up a nice little shelf in Noita and then collect things. So we'll start a brand new run, collect stuff there. That's the museum run if we do it. The other option, so museum run, 34 orb run, nightmare streak. I am going to do a poll. I'm just trying to clarify what they are. It's just going to be a 1-minute poll. What was the other one? No, not Jenga. You guys don't want Jenga. You're just saying it, and then you would vote for it. You probably would vote it in, but then afterwards you're like, why the fuck did we vote for this? And then I'll be like, yeah, I literally told you like several times. Oh, the Healthium Stone. That was the other one. Creating a Healthium Stone. Jenga is actually so fun though. It has its moments that it's like fun or interesting, but then it just takes one spell and the whole run just like gets derailed, where it's just like, oh, there's a return in the wand, and it's like, well, and now it just pretty much is gone to shit. Channel points though. Oh, Nightmare Run win streak. Okay, did it clutch out? I'm kind of curious on that. Oh, that was a close one. All right, we're gonna keep the win streak alive. We're going for Nightmare Run. Sounds good to me. Can we buy guns too? Hold on. All right. This is on. That's off. Start a new game. Oh, yeah. You guys have to bet before the nightmare can begin. Noita, nightmare, run. Yeah, it's just a nightmare run. Just a basic-ass nightmare run. If you're curious why basic-ass nightmare... Well, it's basic in a way. We don't do... There's certain rules that we have. If you guys don't know the nightmare, like, rules, we essentially... don't we follow the Japanese win streaking rules, which is like the no overworld shit. I mean, I think there's other streamers that aren't you know Japanese that also follow the rule set, but I think they're the guys that popularized it. Is a lot of the Noita, the Japanese Noita streamers. It's basically just don't do all these little like no cheesing the run. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I do have to change my mindset right now because we're about to be going into nightmare mode, and if you're kind of fucking around, you'll just die. Gotta focus up. I think I asked this yesterday, but can you yap about the history of Dunkbot, how it came to be? So I'm about to close the bets. I'll start. I remember you asking this, Bayhu. Actually, I'm writing you around to the app. Let's close the bets, and then while I'm playing Nightmare, I'll give you the history of Dunkbot. Is this the solar as a girlfriend experience? What is this?
Love, where's the trash can? Under the sink.
Wait, I'm not married. Aha! Curses! Foiled again.
What the hell? Foiled again. All right, let's go. And then I'll rant about Dunkbot stuff. Do I trust you with the 23 streak? Yes, Airlix. Yes, you do. Nightmare mode. Here we come. Did I change my title? Oh, fuck. I don't think I changed my title. All right. Bets are officially closed. There's no going back. Oh, I should have updated it to 2,590. Shit. My bad there, Skythin. Fuck it. I'll update it later. Ooh. I like this start. I'm going to skip out on the faster levitation, though. Don't like that part so much. Interesting. I mean, I guess you could throw that on there like that. Sure. It's gonna drain so quickly, though. All right, so normally you guys know me, I go for the orb on top of the mountain, but whenever you do some of these nightmare win streaking rules, like the popular rules, they don't even do that. No, you can't even grab the orb on top of the mountain. You don't have to follow these rules. It's more like they came up with a set of rules to make the game a little more interesting probably for streaming purposes. It's definitely not beneficial to the win streak. It makes the win streak a little more at risk of, you know, dying by not doing the little extra steps. I don't think we need that many Lumi timers. This is kind of interesting. What a rigged wand. I mean, it's okay stat. I mean, the problem is the mana charge is so bad that I can't really use it. What's up, Robo? Had a homing misbuild recently, but it seemed really bad at hitting Stavari's hitbox. Any reason for that? What was your hitting Stavari's hitbox? So there's different kinds of homing. If you're using a mist, you would need a regular homing, but you may have also put an area teleport on it. Area teleport can be a bit risky. And just in general, even if you just had regular homings, there are some enemies that the hitboxes can be a bit funky. What I would recommend, if you ever feel that like, oh shit, this mist wand isn't hitting a lot of the hitboxes like I like it, things like damage field are nice. Damage field on a mist has a kind of a larger AoE, and this can mean that it'll hit, even if the mist doesn't line up with the hitbox well, the damage field will still sometimes hit them properly. So damage field is going to react a little bit differently from like just adding straight up damage to the mist. This one's not bad. Not great either. Kinda want to do something with it. We'll do that. Looking good. Dunkbot history. Alright, it's coming up. I know, don't worry. In my head, I'm kind of getting it organized to tell you it's not really that interesting of a story, honestly. Hold up. Ooh, that guy dropped down right where I did not want him to be. Let's see if we can get him to throw... You know what? Let's just not even risk him. Him throwing a Teleflask would be nice. Oh, we can throw Pheromone. We will need that for the hiisi base. Alright, let's see if we can get lucky. Alright, never mind. Well. He's like, later, bitch.
Twistok Misty, aka the flask thrower guy, is a slang term for someone who just hangs around at parks and drinks all day. It literally translates to park chemist.
Well, there you go. The more you know. Luckily, Repulsion is carrying. Woo! Okay, he's supposed to be dead by now. Wait, my wand is actually running low. There you go. Let him duke it out. If I throw this into that, will it? Kind of. Stop! Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. Finally we hit him. Give me a moment. I'm in the zone over here, having to get rid of all these enemies. I could throw a plasma cutter onto that. It's just plasma cutter makes me nervous to work with in nightmare mode. I feel like it's just an accident waiting to happen. But also, so is leaving these enemies alive, I guess. Alright, the little history of Dunkbot, in case you're curious. Here's your history. It's not really that interesting of a history. So in the early days when I started streaming, I was like, hey, you know, because my skills were pretty basic. I was like, what if you could play sounds from the chat? I know, true innovation. Insane. Who could have thought of such a complex thing? So, I had actually toyed around with with Unity before, because it's this free game engine, you know, so I was like, oh, I know how to make this in Unity. Obviously, doing a sound bot in a game engine is like insane overkill, but it was the best I knew, right? It was just how I knew. So I made this little sound system for, you know, in Unity, so I could play it on stream, or so I could use it in my stream, blah, blah, blah. Well, as soon as I made the sound system that where people could play, like, you know, sound effects in the chat and whatnot, I started having other ideas, like, immediately, because that's how that shit works, right? That's what scope creep is. When you have one idea, then you have two ideas, and you have 7 billion ideas. And you're like, oh no, what have I done? So I was like, all right. Even though I knew how to make the little sound bot, the using in the game engine actually is not a bad idea, because it leaves me room to do all this other stuff. So then, you know, I started creating fun stuff in the channel, like visual stuff. The first thing I ever made was that when a person would subscribe, this is how advanced my program. Okay, hold on, chat. Listen, maybe I'm gonna give you the super short version because you seem distracted. Basically, all right, I'm gonna lose my mind. All right, basically made a soundbot. People seem to like it. Then I made a prediction system. People seem to like it. Then I had ideas that were way beyond my skills, and Solar kept bothering me. What were these ideas? Eventually, he DMs me. We talk. I tell him ideas. He makes the ideas happen, and the ideas kept growing. And now we have Dunkbot 2.0. There you go. Too short. Long version, please. Answered about the homing missed one. Just short range homing and damage plus, but it somehow only hit about once every few seconds. Oh no, that's right. So in the early days, Robo, of the mist wand, it actually hit in the way that you're probably expecting, where you put 1 damage plus, it would sit on them and just drill them with damage. On the statue, when you shoot it, you see that same number just ticking up crazy fast. The devs found that to be too OP, so they actually added in a thing where now when the mists go on top of an enemy, if you have stuff like damage plus on it, it can only hit every so many frames. So it'll be like hit, hit, hit. Like and so you're probably thinking that your thing is missing, when the reality what you're seeing is the nerf the devs put in the game years ago to make sure that the mist wands didn't go too crazy. That's that's part of the reason I was pointing out that damage field. The damage field ignores that protection that the devs put in place, and it'll just hit like every frame. Like you'll just see the damage, like the number just like just going up really fast. It says fuck the nerf. But yeah, I get what you're saying now. I feel bad because I don't use Dunkbot, but I'm super interested in the coding aspect and what the changelog or whatever is. No, listen, the whole point, I think if you make a good system that's like a fun features, whatever, a truly good system shouldn't require or feel like people should feel pressured to be part of it. They should be able to enjoy your stream without it at all. Which that's where the sound effects and all that, that's the tricky thing, and where I think I mess up a lot is because sometimes like the sound effects and all that can be too intrusive that for a person uninterested in any of the systems, it shouldn't hinder their experience. In a perfect world, the sound effect system would only play for those people who take part in the sound effect system. But the problem with that is you'd have to do a plug-in and like all these other things. So, and this is beyond my skills and crap. But yeah, a perfect system would make it so that, you know, only the people who took part in the system have to see. And even with the little sweatlings at the bottom down here, you see them popping up. In a perfect system, the only people that saw that were the people that participated in the sweat system. Anybody who is just like, hey, I'm just here to play some Noita and hang out with the peeps. They're not interested in doing that. Then they shouldn't have to see it and all that. That would be, you know, the dream. But that's, you know, that's another dream for another time. So yeah, I guess the longer version of the story, because I saw some of you guys saying I wanted to hear more of it. It's not anything that interesting. Basically, it's just like, you know, I'm the classic idea guy. I have tons of ideas, but no skills to pull them off. But hey, the thing that separates me from, I think, most idea guys, because, you know, there are many of them out there, is I do try to make them a reality by just fucking grinding in watching tons of tutorials and trying to learn how it works. It just usually doesn't come out very, very good. Hold on, let me move this. We're gonna move this. In fact, we can probably move that there. You're just lucky you have Solar Mind's Eye. Yeah, so in the early days, Solar was one, like we had a couple programmers in the community that would always ask little questions about like the bot, because it was pretty basic. I had like a bet system in place. The only reason I even put a bet system in place was because I don't know if you guys have went back and played some of the old school Pokemon games, or maybe you still play it regularly, I don't know. But Gen 1 Pokemon, all that, I have a lot of nostalgia for it. But the funny thing is, people are like super, I guess because maybe their childhood memories kick in or some shit and they get very passionate, but they think if you're playing Pokemon in a way that differs from them, that like you're fucking up on another level. Like if you're running a Pokemon that is inferior, oh my god, you're gonna lose this battle. You're running this Pokemon, he is shit, right? That's just, it's funny, right? But what worked so well with the bet system is, or I didn't have at the time, is people in the chat would say, I'd go into a fight and they would say, you think you can win with, I don't know, insert Pokemon name here. You think that Ghastly is gonna help carry your ass in this fight? Honestly, in Pokemon, so it's like any RPG. If you overlevel the shit out of things, kind of trivializes the game in such a way that you can get through, and you're winning fights that you shouldn't be able to win at all because you're overleveled, you're OP. But a lot of people don't even think of that. They just think this Pokemon in this fight should not do well. So I would go into fights all the time and be like, bet I win this one, bet I win this one, and I would win, and then, you know, there's just more banter, but there was no prediction system in place, and I was like, damn it, I wish I had a way to like flex on the haters, and for the people that believed in me, have them, you know, be able to say, oh, I knew you were gonna win. So then I programmed a bet system, which is just like, it's just a prediction system. Exclamation mark, yes, if you believe me. Exclamation mark, no, if you think I'm gonna fail. And then after the end of the prediction, we could see who was correct and who was wrong, and we would basically just shit talk them. And, you know, there's like 5 or 10 of us in the channel. It's pretty easy to like be like, so and so bet this, he's a fucking idiot, look at this idiot. We just fucking talk shit 24/7. So the bet system was, people were enjoying it, we were having fun with it, but we needed more flavor, more reasons to want to make predictions. So then I told the chat, I said, hey, if you get 7 predictions in a row correct, you get. So the chat ended up naming it. I think I called it a 7 streak. I still just call it 7 streaks. But back then, there were a lot of people in our community that were big into like wrestling. I don't know why. I'm not really I mean, I used to watch WWE when I was a kid, but I don't know anything WWE these days. Has been like, 20 years since I've seen anything wrestling related, or at least watched anything deep wrestling stuff. But they were big into WWE, so they would call it a chase in the bank, which is a reference to wrestling called Money in the Bank, where you can like apparently go into like a title contending fight at any time if you have that briefcase. You could be like, hey, I want to go for the, the title. I don't know what the hell they call it in WWE, for the title belt, and they're allowed to. So that the community would call the 7 streaks chasing the banks. And what would happen is if you had one during any stream, if I was about to end, I could be like, oh, chat, I'm about to be done. If they had one, they'd slap it down. They'd be like, extend the stream 1 hour. And I was like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. And we would extend the stream an hour. That was how we did the early days of 7 streaks. And you know what's fucked up? Steffi, I don't know if Steffi's here right now. She is the first community member that was like, they're kind of evil. So Steffi, are you here right now? Where is Steffi at? So I was in one of my longer streams. We did like I was trying to catch a Pokemon for every single chatter who had like subscribed. Because basically what had happened is we had like all these subs, and I was like, and they were like, what do we get as subscribers? And I was like, I don't know why you guys subscribed. I don't have anything. And they're like, we should get something. I was like, here, I'll catch a a Pokemon for every one of you guys to thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. And they were like, all right. They're like, but we get to choose which one. I was like, yeah, you get to choose which one I capture. Well, then, of course, like the first person's like, I want Mewtwo. It's like, you son of a bitch, you chose the last one to get to. Blau, I still remember that shit.
What does a bite do to this guy? Nothing. I'm scared to do anything else. Oh shit! Okay, that's good, that's good. We're trying to catch him in a great ball. The god! The god! Oh my god! Oh my god, what is this? Oh, got a first try at a great ball. Did you see it? Did you witness this greatness? Mewtwo in a great ball, first try. Woo! The best is blessed. The best is blessed, baby. Here's my question. Malothus. Do you want to be Lothus? Do you want to be Blaumadger? Do you want to be Josh? Or do you want to be... I forget, what was the other... I gave you another nickname. I can't remember. What was the one of your mini? Blaumadger Fitz? Okay, here we go. Sexy Legs? Maybe that was the other one I'm thinking of. That's all Sexy Legs right there. Lothus, you doubted. You posted it in there like, oh, he'll never get me a Mewtwo, but I'm going to post it. But you know what, Lothus? For my Lothus, I had to do it. I got you, man. I got your back. You're part of the Moist Mob, and now you're part of the Pokemon crew.
And so then I was like, fuck it. I'll do it. Fresh file. I load that shit up. And I'm grinding my way, and we're catching one for every subscriber. So I don't remember how many there was back then, but I made sure every single person got the exact one that they chose. If they didn't choose one, I just caught one random and named it after them. But so I play for, I don't know, 18 hours, and I do it. I catch one for every single person, so they all can say they have their little Pokemon that they chose. And then I'm pretty tired, been about 18 hours or so. And Steffi, of course. Steffi, whenever I'm like, all right, guys, we did it. We caught it. Steffi's like, I got a 7 streak, extend the stream an hour. And I was just like, all right, there may be a problem with this system. But I said, fuck it. let's do it. And we extended it an hour. Back then, though, there's like only, maybe in the community at the time, maybe like 3 people had one. And, you know, it had been going for like a couple weeks and only 3 people managed to get them. So it wasn't like anything where I was like, oh God. Like right now, I can't, oh shit, I just landed in Teleportadium. I can't do a system like that right now because imagine if 7 streaks extended the stream 1 hour. I'm pretty sure the stream would never end. I think we would be here forever. You would just watch a greasy nerd slowly die on stream. But yeah, those are the early days of Dunkbot. It was pretty basic, and the channel would usually have like 5 to 10 chatters maybe hanging out. It was pretty basic times. And then along came Noita, early access. And I told that chat, I told my Pokemon peeps that had been watching me play like Gen 1 Pokemon and all that stuff. I said, I'm going to try out this Noita game. We'll be back to playing Pokemon in a couple days. They've been waiting about 6 years. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back. Noita turns out to be, you know, my favorite game, my favorite single player game of all time. And Deli was there. In case you guys don't know, Deli was literally one of them. He was there in the days of like 5 chatters. Deli was one of the 5 hanging out. And so then I start to gather, you know, more community members. One of the things that's pretty interesting though is that whenever I started playing Noita attracts a lot of programmers. I mean, like a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's the style of game that it is. I just felt like not only was I getting more community members, but a lot of them were specifically programmers. And because of that, they tended to comment on stuff in the channel. Because obviously I programmed things in my, you know, copy pasting skills from Google. So Solar was one of the first ones as a programmer that he'd always be saying, hey, how did you program this? Or why does this work this way? He was always like commenting on stuff. And then I remember I showed him my Unity that was running. I pulled it on the screen like this. I was like, oh, this is the bet system. He's like, Unity? He's like, this is like running on a game engine? What the fuck? And I was like, no, I have plans. And so literally it's like a day or 2 later, he messages me, is like, here, I made a bot that has all of the features that your bot has, but it doesn't run in a game engine. And I was like, dude, I appreciate that, but I have plans. And he's like, what? I was like, listen, I appreciate you, but no, I'm good. I don't need it. He's like, I have the entire bot. It's right here. He even sent me the file. I can remember it. I said, no, I don't need it. Like, I'm good. So then cold take, doing it in Unity is still better than doing it in Python. Hit them with the truth, Mind's Eye. They aren't ready for it. Wait, that's a cold take? Isn't that considered a hot take? I don't know. I don't know enough about programming, I guess, to weigh in on that one. But, oh, my health is getting kind of low. What the shit, man? So then Solar doesn't give up, man. He was very adamant that the way I was doing things was inferior. So then, you know, he's always cracking jokes. He was hanging out regularly, talking Noita, all that kind of stuff. And then he, you know, keeps messaging me randomly, like, why are you doing this in Unity? Each day, always giving me shit. And then one of the days, he's like, just show me what you're trying to do in Unity. So then I remember I got into a Discord call with him, and I pretty much share my screen. And I can still remember exactly how it went down. Well, for the most part, not necessarily every word. But I had a picture of Isaac from Binding of Isaac. And I showed like how the Binding of Isaac's, whenever he's grabbing loots, how they changed the visuals of the character. I was like, I'm looking to do this. I want to capture this into the stream. And then so I'm showing him little stuff. And he's like, this is nothing. I can create this. Give me 1 second. So then like, literally like in a day, like just hours, he pretty much lays out the whole structure for what is to this day our little Sweatling system. And he does it in Unity because he's like, yeah, I can see how this, you know, this could be nice to have Unity for this crap. And so then we get that all set up. And of course, though, he still has like, hey, we should do this way, we should do this. And I'm like, but I have other ideas. And he's like, what other ideas do you have? And the other ideas is pretty much the branch off that became Dunkbot 2.0. And that's why Solar, at some point, I think he got tired of my ideas. I never was really, I I tend to just do things on my own, and if somebody is like really interested or whatever, I've brought them in the project. That's how I've gotten to know Mind's Eye. That's how I've gotten to know Mixu. In fact, Mind's Eye, I've told this story several times. Mind's Eye actually became part of our programmer group because he was solving his own problem that he created. And the problem was people who owned, so if you would type !backpack in the chat, oh, if you type it now, you get a link, right? And the link lets you look at all your cosmetics, all that stuff. But in the early days, listen, it was simpler times. The way it would work is the bot would just simply type out every cosmetic that you owned. It would say, oh, you own the Pikachu hat, you own the All Might hair, that kind of stuff. Well, Mind's Eye was collecting so many cosmetics, it couldn't fit in the chat. It couldn't fit in the chat. So the message was so big, it just wouldn't post. And Mind's Eye is like, I can't fucking check my backpack. It just breaks. And I was like, all right, this is beyond my skill set. And then Mixu was like, I got an idea. So there's a website called Pastebin. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen Pastebin before. It's basically just it's like a temporary thing where you can just paste some longer message and link it to somebody. So it's like a tiny link, but it can have a huge message in it once you click it. So then he created a Pastebin where every time somebody checked their backpack, it would create a Pastebin URL, paste in their entire backpack of items in that in the link essentially, and give them the link, and that's how they could view it. What we soon found out is that Pastebin had a limit. And so about halfway into chat, people could no longer check out what was in their backpack. And so then Mind's Eye is like, son of a bitch, I can't check out my cosmetics. And so then Mixu, at this point, since he was helping with the code stuff, he was also he was part of the group, right? He was able to contribute code to it. He could push updates. And so one day I go to get on to stream, and Mixu is like, I work together with Mind's Eye in the chat, and we have a solution to the problem. And I'm like clueless. I'm like, all right, what do we have here? And what they had did is Mind's Eye had literally bought a website, bought the URL dunkbot.com, and programmed it all set up in a way so that the bot would feed information to the website that could then display everything in his backpack. So now Mind's Eye literally set up everything so that he could view his own backpack of items. And I was like, yo. And then Mixu is the one that programmed the communicating with the website and everything that Mind's Eye had made. So then I was like, yo, this is genius. This is perfect. And so that solved that issue pretty much permanently. That issue was around for a couple weeks. We kept trying different ideas, but every idea would have new flaws. And then once Mind's Eye came along and worked together with Mixu, that pretty much ended that problem to this day. I mean, you guys still use it. Along the journey, luckily, Mind's Eye and Mixu and Solar have taught me how to do these things. Like, I've learned a little bit about how the website stuff works and all that kind of crap. But yeah, I did not do any of the creation of that stuff. I don't know. I know the basics of it, but I definitely would not be able to create what they created. It's been super useful. But because of these guys, they're part of the problem. Because they make these cool things, and I'm like, what if we did this with it though? And what if we did that? And so the ideas kept expanding, and eventually, like I said, Dunkbot 2.0 was an idea I had for something further. Solar, I think, got burned out, but like I said, people would message, hey, how do you do this? Solar just kind of, he stopped asking for a little while, what the hell are you doing? I think because he was like, I don't want to have to do anymore. I don't want to have to help anymore. This has been a pain. So I just was working on my own on Dunkbot 2.0 for years with features that I think will take our system to the next level. And I guess Solar got tired of waiting, and about 6 months ago was like, let me see what the hell you've made. And then so I said, this is it. This is what I've made. And then he looked at it and was like, what the fuck have you done? And I was like, what do you think? And he was like, this is a terrible idea. He's like, but let me fix everything because this is terrible. So you're just planning to just throw Dunkbot 2.0 into the wild when it's ready, or are you just planning to actually have someone go through to prod it for bugs? P.S. I have 10 years of experience in quality assurance. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So that's something that me and Solar have talked a little bit about. I think the reality is, if you guys don't understand, basically Dunkbot 2.0 has turned into like a client. You don't have to use it. If people don't give a shit about it, then you'll just be like, just like now, if you don't give a shit about features in Dunkbot, you don't have to use it to enjoy the channel. But for those that are interested and really do want to dive deeper into Dunkbot, they can. This client does require that, like, whenever you log in, it don't worry, you don't actually have a username and password. All it does is say, hey, what is your Twitch username, and that is your username in the client. And yeah, it does connect you to a server, all this kind of stuff, and there is going to be tons of errors. This is inevitable. So we're gonna do probably some kind of soft launch, I would imagine, because it's probably gonna just crash and burn almost immediately. But from there, we'll have to see how things can adjust, and yeah. Because another thing is, I don't know how many people will use it too. We can scale things, like if like 10 people in the chat are regularly using it, then okay, we can adjust to that. But if 100 are using it regularly, it may require a different setup. I don't know how many people will be interested in the features that it adds. Maybe none of you. Maybe none of you. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, basically, I don't have a 100% definite plan. We'll probably do a soft launch of some kind where we test it maybe for like a couple hours on stream. See if things crash and burn immediately. Unity can build for, what, WASM? WASM? The hell's WASM? No, WASD, not WASM. WebAssembly. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm pretty sure I tested that with you before, don't you remember? Yeah, we are creating things with that stuff in mind. Like, hey, do we want it to be like, do we want a potential for a web app? Do we want a potential for it to run on, you know, all these systems, all that? Yeah, we have tested different stuff. The beginning, honestly, will probably just be, no, we are not consuming. It'll probably just be a Windows client for the beginning. We make sure it's stable, and then from there, we branch out if people are interested. I don't know, there's just so many things to test. It's just trying stuff out to see what happens. The code that when Solar saw what I had made in Dunkbot with Dunkbot 2.0, he was pretty much just like, "What the fuck, man?" And after like 2 weeks of him like poking at the code and stuff, he eventually was like, "It's gonna be much." Oh my god! Oh my gosh! He has a wand. It almost just killed me. Whoa!
I bet you he's gonna turn up dead soon.
I guess there's a dude up there in the corner with a wand. I don't know, but I'm out of here. But yeah, after like 2 weeks of him toying around in the code, he was like pretty much, hey, I need to create a separate branch and just pull over any code I need, because he said that everything is just set up in such a way that he just couldn't work in it. So he had to, this was like, I don't know, 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And so he basically rebuilt everything from the ground up. Luckily, we're past now, though. We're past where we were. Everything is looking good. But still lots of testing to be done. Better or worse than Pirate Software can code? I'm sure Pirate Software is a better programmer than me. I can almost guarantee that. I mean, because a lot of the stuff that you guys say, I'm sure he understands what you're talking about. I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. I've never taken any classes on programming. My knowledge just comes from YouTube tutorials and what Solar and Mind's Eye and them have taught me. That's pretty much it. Actually, we could consider Trick Blood Money. No, we're not grabbing Glass Cannon. That will risk the run. I'm trying to decide if Trick Blood Money is worth. I don't think so. We are not taking Glass Cannon on a win streak in Nightmare mode. Are you crazy?
Do it.
You're one shot anyways? What are you talking about? One shot anyways? My heal is right there. I'm trying to assess the correct move right now. I'm gonna roll the. I think we're not gonna go with Blood Money. Blood Money would be nice heals, but it's just this one has an explosive projectile. So if we had an egg, we could set up a trick kills. I don't think. Oh, come on. Fuck it, we're actually gonna go with no more knockback. I think its value is pretty good in Nightmare mode. It's the same value as regular mode, but the only difference is the enemies, since they attack faster, you do need something that can save you from getting knocked. I studied 1 year, almost 1 year internship, and now 9 months working as a dev. I know that this can be hard, but hey, I learned about APIs and pipelines. So that shit's beyond me. I don't know what the hell is going on half the time. I'm just like throwing code together, hoping it works. And then Solar's like, you broke everything. What have you done? But luckily though, Solar has, you know, rebuilt everything nice. And well, he says that he thinks that whenever some, you know, maybe like Mind's Eye and them see it, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that they're like, that they dislike. Maybe it wasn't done like in the most efficient way ever, but it got it done, damn it.
I really wish you guys could see.
And then only recently, I mean, like, the programming side of things is what's super time consuming. Luckily, you know, now that we're past a lot of the hefty parts of that, we've started to bring in Vialet's been creating some art, throwing out some creative ideas. And so hopefully soon we'll get to actually do some real beta testing on it. Soon enough. You let the scope grow to the moon and back? Yes. Yes, I did. Told you, I can't help myself. It's fun thinking up ideas. Not so fun making those ideas actually work. I'm not concerned about efficiency. I'm concerned about the maintainability and the fundamental design. I'm just waiting for him to be like, hey, we need to do some server code. And I find that the fundamental assumption is unscalable. No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. He's testing the thing with like 2 people and he's going to throw it open to over 1,000 chatters, and I have no knowledge of the design decisions he's making. But the thing is, realistically, most people, well, I think majority of people in the community won't utilize it, at least in the early days especially, because it's not going to have like the craziest features ever. It'll be pretty basic. I look at it like the cosmetic system whenever we first created it, right? Obviously, it had tons of flaws. You end up creating solutions to these flaws. Early days, we don't need to worry about it being like the most efficient, best thing ever. It's like we'll cross that bridge when we get there kind of mentality, you know? That's the approach. Is the shop going to be limited to the client versus done the stream like it is now? I sure hope the shop will still be accessible via... Yes. So everything that exists now will still exist in a Dunkbot 2.0 world. It's literally just giving you alternative options. That's all. It's like, hey, do you not like doing this on stream? Then you can do it this way. That's it. That's pretty much it. This is huge, actually. What the fuck? Implicate, meaning we can put it on. So we have shit tons of digging now, because the implicate attached to a black hole adds 30 charges to the black hole. So now we have a total of 36 black holes. This is the reason that in the rule set that we're doing, it's supposed to be kind of anti-cheesing, because we would probably just try to cheese our way to a win right now. Why did I grab the broken wand? It's a habit. Dunkbot 2.0 allows to watch another streamer? No, it's in your contract. You're forced to be here. You cannot escape. Okay.
To be fair, I would also be nervous if I put that much time and effort into DunkBot too.
Do it.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I'm just trying to set up a playground for creativity. You know what I mean? Because right now, the way the Dunkbot currently works is mainly just a creative space for artists, so they can draw pixel art, do fun stuff, and there's been such cool stuff the community has made. I'm just trying to expand on that, that's all. One day, no, we are not shooting the nukes. We're not throwing away a nightmare run for that nonsense. You know what we could do? We could temporarily put that there, I guess. Just have it take up space. We don't need these here, I know. I just am trying to put stuff in places so that I can not lose what I have. It's just fun. I mean, like, I really enjoy doing creative side projects for the stream. The problem is I just got in over my head, and so but I had to see the project to its end, right? Had to. Otherwise, the idea will always be up here, and it'll be like, but what if? So even if the idea is shit, we can have it. We can experience it, learn from it, all that stuff. Yeah, again, we'll have it soon. Like the early days will probably be such a bumpy release that, you know, is gonna be some disappointment, I'm sure. but hopefully we'll add some features that long term will end up benefiting the channel. We'll find out. Out of curiosity, which would you guys be more interested in? I'm just curious. I'm just testing things out a little bit. Which would you be more interested in? A release of Dunkbot 2.0 in 2025, even though it's got some rough edges. You know, it's a little bumpy, little questionable, but you see the vision. Or a more ironed out, smooth Dunkbot 2.0 release.
Nope.
We all knew. It's like, hold on, I'm just curious. Rough edges. I knew it. No, I'm just curious. Ironed out, smooth. Is it a website? It's got a lot of moving parts. The website will be getting an update, but that'll just be
Release early, release often.
It's not the focus. Let's put it that way. Oh my God, Dunk really? Hold on, no, I was just asking. Rough and ready, sooner drop. Why would we want to kill the meme in 2025? Get that bad boy out in the wild. That's what so I would just say, you were hyping it up so much. You were hyping it up so much at the very start of the year that I was like, holy shit, is it releasing in a few weeks? I'm just saying it's gonna be a close call. It's gonna be a close call. So I just needed to know. As long as the basic things are still working and it won't really, it won't totally crash the stream. I think so it won't crash the stream. That's the good thing is it shouldn't be anything that crashes the stream. It may on its own crash and we'll have to say, oh, you know, these features are turned off for the remainder of stream. That is possible, but it shouldn't be anything that like, oh, stream is gonna go down kind of stuff. We still get to play Noita, goof around, all that kind of stuff. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards a more bumpy launch than be like, every feature has to be flawless, everything has to be made perfect. Like, we just throw it out there, we just fix things as we go. Ow. Yo, hold up. Oh my God, the AI swelling was horrifying. If you beta release it, won't you have much more with fixing stuff? If you beta release it, won't you have much more work with fixing stuff, backpacks, etc.? It's more like, yeah, there will be fixing. Like, it won't be like, oh, I release it and then we're like, oh, we're done. There will definitely be lots to do in the beginning, but I guess just having it out is like, having things running would be very helpful. People beta testing would be, oh my God. We got to get the hell out of here. We aren't set up for this.
Your health is low. Do you have any potions or food?
Give me one moment, I gotta lock in.
Listen and listen well. The road before you is beset with many perils. Every turn you make will bring you closer to the cold, awaiting hands of Sister Fate.
Please hold. Please hold. I'm focused up. Not now, Magikarp. Stay out of this, you. There is a machine there. Oh my goodness.
I swear on the soul of my father, Domingo Montoya.
One of the three most disgusting things in the
You will reach the
world.
top alive. Throw me the rope.
This is looking a little sketchy. Alright, he's coming, he's coming. Don't worry, don't worry. Stop stressing me out, Chad.
Isn't it cool if a story narrative duology is named V and 7?
I don't know what I'm hearing. Something about, isn't it cool? And then also Google this guy's balls, please. come on. There's an Uko over there. There is definitely an Uko over there. Oh, there's a machine over here. Oh! Oh!
Look at you. You
I'm stuck. Let me out of here. Woo!
You're just dying. What do you mean? You're just fucking dying.
I bet you
okay?
he's gonna turn up dead soon.
Fucking dying. When? I don't know. Someday. Every.
Oh!
Guys.
Where is he? What are they fucking working together? No, don't miss.
Oh no.
Repulsion fields is decent. It's decent. Hey, we've talked about this many times. We got many arguments about repulsion fields. So many people saying, oh, repulsion fields garbage, blah, blah, blah. And look at it now. Look at it now. There's a speed up. Oh my god, I'm only here? Oh no. Oh no. We're good, we're good. That area there, I think that's where the CEO came from. Oh my. Oh! Stay away, please. Woo! Oh! What the hell was that? Did you see the dude telly onto the heart? What the hell? Woo! All right. All right. Sorry, we'll stop ranting about Dunkbot 2.0. I know a lot of you guys are like, I don't give a shit. I want to talk Noita today. Let's talk some Noita then. Let's talk Noita. We're going to be, we're in a nightmare mode. If you're curious why we're sweating our ass off so much in nightmare mode, is because we are trying to keep a nightmare streak going. In this nightmare, we're only on a 2 streak right now. So hopefully if we can win this one, we can bump that bad boy up to a 3 streak, which would be damn nice. That's the goal. All right, let's lock in, chat. Let's get focused up. Just release the MVP, minimal viable product. Get the product in the hands of real users to gather feedback. That's what I'm thinking too. Plus you can put it under a true load. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's why I want to put that information out there. So when it does release as the minimal viable product, you'll be like, this is all? Like, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. The release will be the start of something great. There's several things I want to buy. I also would like that freeze. Alright, let's go ahead and collapse the mountain. Because remember, we're in nightmare mode, so we have Tinker. Oh, shit. Alright. Oh, a healer right off the bat? Alright. Alright. I think there is somebody down there trying to snipe. Oh, shit. Oh!
Dunk, the only thing I care about with Dunkbot 2.0 is that you've properly thought out all of the systems as an actual product and you don't end up forcing community members to do unpaid work for hundreds of hours because you didn't plan properly.
Well, first off, what? Solar is my temporary employee. He's a contract worker. So far, the only person that's,
I just had a random idea, Dunk. What if you made your Fox Girl persona as your Twitch thumbnail and then we can see what, if any, changes in viewing, chatting patterns there are.
But yeah, right now, so far, the only person that has put some, like, a lot of hours so far in a Dunkbot 2.0 is Solar, so. And he is, like, we came to an agreement. He is paid for his time. But we will end up bringing in more, like Mind's Eye, I believe, is going to be starting to do some server backend shit soon and all that, so we'll have to get all that. But don't worry, don't worry. This has been up here for a long time, all right? Mind's Eye says, for what it's worth, I literally quit my job because it was getting too much stress for me. Dunk needs more love for trudging through this and also still streaming and also putting up with chat's bullshit. Aw, thank you, Mind's Eye. I appreciate you, man. At the very least, I learned like a skill set, you know, like a skill set of like how to, like, you know, program certain things and how to oversee some project stuff, especially on a large project. I gained some skills. Bloop. Accidentally fucked up my health bar a little bit. Have to marry Solar and until he gets a visa. Oh fuck. I'll let Solar know that the chat says I should propose to him. And then when he rejects me, I'll blame it on you, chat. Told me he'd say yes. Oh. Yo. That's pretty good. What do you mean rigged? Can I get some skills in the chat? Some you can hold the sign saying skill. That's fine. Rigged, that's just disrespectful. In case you're curious, it does say 2 charges, but whenever it's an always cast, it's infinite. So it's infinite healing. Yes, doubters are seething. The problem is explosions can still insta-kill me, so I have to watch out for that. The healer... So I don't need this healer anymore.
Easy mode unlocked.
Don't be jealous. Don't be... You know what? I can just use this for... I can use this as a telewand if I want it. Oh. Ooh, it throws it. I forgot about that part. It could throw it into a swapper at some point. That's a little scary. Never seen Circle of Vigor always casting your runs? I've seen a couple in my days. They are rare, though. It's been a little while since I've seen one. The fact that I saw it today... Pretty crazy. Let's see, if I was to put it on my telewand and move all of these here, we'll toss that. I guess doing that's probably okay, yeah. Go ahead and get rid of this right here, it's making me nervous. In case you're curious, a propane tank will insta-kill me from full health, so the reason I get rid of them when I see them. Never trust them. In long runs, do you use eggs for poly protection? Not often, not really. It used to be an old strategy that people would bust out regularly. These days, there's better strategies. It's still viable, like, don't get me wrong, you could still run it and it wouldn't be like, oh, that's outdated and stupid. It's still good. It's like, do you want to take the time to set it up and all that crap? It's not really that time consuming, but a lot of people, if they're really afraid of poly, what they tend to do is they eat poly mages. You can eat poly mages and get large chunks of poly immunity. You get a couple minutes per poly mage's corpse, but if you set it up properly, you can easily get a poly mage farm where you can eat hours and hours worth of corpses pretty quickly. It doesn't take long, and that's like usually more what you see in people doing god runs these days, is those kind of setups rather than the eggs. Yeah, no problem, no problem. You don't see many people bring up the poly eggs these days, since I'd say it's been about, basically it was for the first year of Noita, it was like a viable strategy, but even then it wasn't well known until maybe like the final 4 to 5 months before early access ended. But then when early access ended, the devs added a lot of stuff to the game, you know, with 1.0, so much to the point that it, like, you know, the poly egg no longer seemed like it was worth the extra steps. In fact, to give you an idea of how different it was, the poly egg was, not only was it a good method, it was pretty much the only method I can think of to counter poly in the early days, like not just poly the liquid, but the poly made shots and everything. Now there are strategies like you see this perk here, repulsion field, repelling away stuff. This perk didn't even exist, so whenever a poly shot would fly at you, it was very often that people got hit and the poly egg would drop. These days people try to stack things like repulsion, so the poly shot flies at you, it repels it away. If you're curious, our damage wand is mainly getting carried by this always cast on the wand. Personal gravity field. You really don't see me use this much in my regular runs, and a lot of people get mad whenever I bypass it, because there are wands that you'll see this with this on it, and I'm usually like, I don't want it. But the reality is, it really is useful. It's just most times in like regular Noita, you don't need to like, you don't need to min-max this hard, right? You're not so desperate that you're like, oh, I need this wand, even though the stats are shit. I need this wand just to survive. But in Nightmare mode, it forces you to do these things that normally I neglect in my regular runs, because I'm like, I don't want to go through the trouble. Now it's like, okay, well, if I want to live, I do need to do smart plays. And the reality is that it is a smart play. I'm trying to find hearts at the moment, since we have infinite healing. Just getting our HP bar as high as possible is probably the most important thing. Oh shit. Oh! That was a glass cannon enemy right there. That was a bit scary for a moment. I had a little bit of a heart attack. I got lucky it wasn't something that fired off quicker. That could have been bad news. Oh shit, there's 2 cowards. Yeah, this is the problem with the wand. Is it 3 cowards? Wait, really? I wasn't even paying attention. Are you trying to say I'm the other coward? Is that what's happening right now? You piece of shit. Got him. Shut the hell up. Oh, shit. No, I'm currently on a win streak of 2. You say is that my record? How dare you? Actually don't know in Nightmare mode what's the most wins we've ever had in a row. We've never tracked it, which is what led to people saying they wanted to see a Nightmare win streak, to track it. I'm a victim of my own problem. I almost typed a Dunkbot command with a question mark. Wait, what? I've actually thought of, like, if we end up branching out to new features and stuff, we may have to utilize some of those other... Ooh, buddy, there's no way I can deal with this guy. Branching out uses some of those other commands, like the question mark and whatnot. Because right now we're just exclamation mark and the little hashtag. Ooh, this is a decent wand. Definitely been getting our value out of this wand. My health is still not high enough to survive a propane tank explosion. So things like this scare me. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Not a lot of great stuff so far, but at least we can do a couple things. One is that we can buy this. And we already have so many of those. Hold on to 2 of these. Put that up. Alright, so this means that we can now go spark trigger on this wand. Oh, what the? Means we have better range now, more accuracy. Do like that. What was spawning the hallucination enemies just before? I still don't know. It's something on the far right side. I do not know. Actually, wait, no, I can, oh, yeah, there you go. We found it. It's this dude. It may not have been that specific one, but it's those enemies that are spawning them. Wait, is this the... Oh, it's the snow chasm. Fuck that. There's no benefit for us to go into snow chasm. No heart formations. I'm sure wands can probably spawn in there during nightmare mode, but that's about it. I don't even know if that's true, but it probably is. What's your opinion on the Gabe Cube? I mean, it looks cool. I'm simple with that kind of stuff because I don't know tech stuff really well. I'm just like, that looks cool. I'm curious what's going to happen with it. People claim that the pricing for the Steam Deck for what the hardware was a good deal. So if that's the same for the Gabe Cube, that's pretty exciting because it just means like more affordable, you know, tech to game on and stuff. So fuck yeah. I don't know if I'll specifically have a use for it. I'll try to find a use. I'll try to find an excuse so that I can buy it because it looks cool. But I don't know if I'll legitimately have one. If there's a thing that I'm most likely to get of the Valve announcement stuff recently, it would probably be the controller. Just to, you know, you can never have too many badass controllers that you like to use, right? I have one right now that I'm enjoying a lot, the Vader 4 Pro. But I would like to give Steam's a try. The VR stuff, well, I think VR is cool. I've just never seen any games that I like really wanted to play. I'm waiting for that game that is that game that I can't resist, you know, but it just isn't like in VR. I'm waiting for that VR MMO to come out that everybody's playing, that I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna be part of that, and then I will finally have an excuse to buy a VR setup. Specs are worse than a PS5, a 5-year-old console. Wait, what? Is that for real? I don't think that's true. I think you're lying on that one. I don't know if I believe you. You can hop on VR chat and meet Solar. It's pretty enticing. It's true. GameCube has Radeon RX 7400/7600 mobile. It's on par. They don't know the price tag though yet, right? So maybe it's just going to be like really affordable then? Why would the tech be on par with a 5-year-old console? I mean, I'm a budget gamer. These days I'm not because I have an excuse. I'm a streamer, so I can be like, listen, it just makes perfect business sense to spend $500 on some goofy random thing. You know, like I spent $1,400. I spent like a good chunk of money on this chair. I don't remember now. It may actually have been $700. I just remember I got a deal on it. The original chair cost was like $1,800. But normally I wouldn't spend something like that on a chair because I mean it's not exactly very fiscally responsible. But because I stream, I'm like, well, it makes perfect sense. I gotta spend on a good chair. So maybe with but in the past, like I was always, you know, everything I bought, I was always, you know, budgeting my builds and stuff. So if the GameCube gives budget gamers a new option, that'd be awesome. Oh! What the hell is going on with that guy? Did he just survive it? Your back will thank you in a few years. That's what chat was saying. So, because my first couple years as a streamer, well, my first like 4 years as a streamer, I tended to use like really cheapy chairs. Like I had like I don't know, picture like a $20 like Walmart chair or some shit. Just had like random bullshit chairs that were old as hell. And then I kept trying to, so one of them eventually, like the fucking sidearm was like breaking, the whole chair was like falling down, so I had to replace it. Well, when I started trying to replace it with other chairs, like I'd find around the home and stuff, like, oh, this chair works, it would usually lead to issues, and eventually my back did start to hurt on one of the chairs, and then I started getting concerned because my back was starting to hurt so much with one of the chairs that I would just lay on the ground after stream, just lay on like flat on the ground to try to like align my back, and I would just lay there for like a couple hours. It's like, fuck, my back is getting jacked up. But it just did that for like a couple weeks or so. But yeah, then chat was all the time just saying like, you just get it, you know, buy one of the nice chairs, get it done with, stop going with cheapy chairs, your back will be happy. So then eventually I did, and yep, I've been really happy with my purchase ever since. It's the chair specifically I'm sitting is the, damn it, what's it called? It starts with an R. I have the tag still on it from a couple of years ago. It's on the back. Steel case gesture. I always forget the gesture. It's the chair that Mind's Eye said he sits in, and he says he likes it. The weird part is though about a good chair is I mean, at least in my experience, you just don't really think about it. If it's good because it never is an issue. You don't have any problems. It just is. And yeah, so I've been really happy with that. I've been sitting in this one for, I don't remember how long it's been now. Mind's Eye, do you remember? 2 years? Year and a half? I like it. You sit on an upturned KFC bucket? Respect. That's a real gamer right there. Did you try using your cuck chair, or was it too convenient to have it move back into your bedroom several times a week? What the hell? Said the draw. What are you yapping about? So almost 2 years. Okay, yeah. So almost 2 years, no complaints at all. I've been really happy with it. Yeah, computer chairs are one of those things that always surprises me with how crazy expensive they can get. Like some of the most basic looking office chair style, you're like, oh, this is some chair, probably $100-200. It's like, no, it's a $3,000, you know, damn it, what's the, oh, Herman Miller. Some of those Herman Millers look just plain as fuck, and then they're like $3,000. You're like, what the fuck? Did you try using melted butter to loosen up the joints in your chair? It wasn't specifically melted butter, but the problem was, chat was complaining because one of the cheapier chairs that I was using at one point would squeak all the time. So every time I'd sit down or I'd move, it'd go, and then like I'd move around and they'd be like, oh, like what the hell, man? And so butter's pretty lubricating. So put a little butter on that bad boy. Hey, it didn't squeak for a couple days, but then it came back after a couple days. It started squeaking again. The butter wasn't foolproof. WD-40 is like $5. I tried different things. It would always find a way to start squeaking again. Butter was just it was like a spur of the moment, like, hey, I didn't have time to go to the grocery store or just any store to grab stuff. Try butter. It worked. And then like the second or third day, somebody in chat, I think, said like, where's the squeaking? I haven't heard it squeaking. I'm like, you know what it was? It was that butter, baby, or some shit. And then, you know, a couple days later, it started squeaking again. I was like, fuck. And then eventually tried, I put different things on it, but every time it would work temporarily, and then next thing you know, it'd be squeaking again. I think it's because the parts and everything were just so cheapy on the chair. It was just kind of falling apart. Do you put honey on your wounds? Okay. First off, isn't that like a real thing? All right, so joke's on you. Because I think you can use honey in like certain situations. If you're desperate. How are we still using this shit wand, man? What is this? This has been one heck of a run.
I feel so sorry for your significant other if your immediate idea for lube is butter. Don't worry, babe, I always keep that Kerrygold on me. Chase.
No. It was a solid idea, and it worked. And that's what angers you the most, is that it was working. Until it wasn't. But it was working. Haters always trying to shut down your butter ideas. I dodged the snipe, but when it hit the lamp, it broke the lamp, which electrocuted me. That was a little close. Jesus. I wonder what % of all my messages are begging Dunk to destroy those lamps. That wasn't like, I didn't shoot the lamp. The sniper sniped the lamp, which then electrocuted me. I had just gotten here. I was kind of scurrying around at the moment. Why is his wand black? It's because when you get electrified, it like chars your wands. You can get it to look normal again by doing a couple different things. One is if you get electrocuted again, it will restore the color. Another is that you can place the wand down on the ground and walk far away so that it unloads it, and then walk back, it will restore the color. I can also just restart my game while the wand is on the ground and it will restore the color. It's not, it doesn't do anything, like it's just a visual, I don't know if it's intentionally that way, but kind of like a visual glitch, I guess. Overgrown. Wait, I forget, isn't Overgrown one of the ones that in Nightmare for like is untouched? Is it one? It's kind of interesting. Either in Nightmare or New Game Plus, I always forget. I think it's Nightmare. Go to heaven and grab some. Wait, heaven? I don't know what. Does heaven even spawn wands up there? I know hell does. I guess it would have wands, but I don't know what status they would be. Like what rank, tier. So now I know what we can do. So we can do away with this wand. We don't need that always cast anymore, I don't think, because we have homing. At least I have access to homing. So this. Now we toss this. This carried us through our early game. I would like to upgrade soon. Oh shit. That one summoning thing again. Oh my goodness. Always cast add mana. Rosalina. Boom, there's your bingo masterclasses. Add mana as an always cast is kind of garbage. Wait, what? What? Sam, are you drunk? In general, it can be pretty awesome. It can be frustrating because on some wands, it's attached to a shitty wand. So yeah, it is nice to have it free where you can move it wherever you like. But on some wands, it can be pretty badass. That's a weird take. I think it's probably because they're just thinking how whenever you have it as a free spell that you can move wherever, it is nice. Because you're like, I could move it here, I could move it here. Leaves so much room for creativity. With an always cast, you're kind of like, you're stuck building around that, on that wand in that way. So I get it, what they're saying. It can be frustrating. Especially, imagine like you find a 3 capacity wand. 3 capacity and an always cast add mana. You're like, son of a bitch. You just like it as a spell freely. But with that said, it still can be great as an always cast. Not as great as a Circle of Vigor, but that is a good idea, Reininger. Throw the Venomous Curse with the Plasma. Reininger's cooking. What do we do with the rest, though? I thought add mana always cast had no effect. A long time ago it didn't. So the reason it didn't is because spells that are an always cast are not supposed to cost mana. They're free. Like, you can just cast them. Well, an add mana is supposed to do the opposite of costing mana. It gives you mana. That's why when you look it up, it says mana drain -30.
Chat, don't you like it when you do the key quest and you get 3 myriad spell Sag FML?
That's actually ultra Sag. Usually a spell should say like it costs 5 mana. It costs 30 mana. This one costs -30, means it actually helps you. But when they originally were creating the always cast system, they said, oh, if it's a spell as an always cast doesn't cost any mana. So in the same way it didn't cost any mana, it didn't help your mana. The devs eventually fixed that, and they made it where spells don't cost you any mana. They still are free, but if it is an add mana, it still is allowed to help you out. It still gives you the benefits. Not the most ideal, but have that there for now. Nope, nope. Oh, shit. Also a good wand. In fact, this probably should be our new main wand. Gotta swap it up again. Oops. Dude. Thankfully, I have repulsion, which is carrying my ass right now. Not really that interested in this, but why not? Damn. The hell, man. Yeah, could run a ping pong Lumi on that. In fact, if we did... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, something got me there. Damn, I just keep finding more and more wands. It's classic overgrown. Oh, no. Get me out of here. Let's not risk this area. Ping pong, where are you? Put it here. Kind of set it up weirdly. I mean, we could set it up on this one just the same. Because it would be infinite. We literally just go double into this. Are you kidding me right now, game? I don't think we're going to be running that. Oh, it's a 2 cast already. Alright. Get me out of here. Wherever that enemy is, it is being super obnoxious. He is being a pain. Not going to add damage plus to the Lumi. We use that for digging purposes. This one's going to be more damage. This one has a chance to have a heart under the lava. Looks like we're having no luck on that, though. Ooh. I guess at this point I conclude that the Nightmare Run is not the precursor to the Daily Run. Let's see, we have... Yeah, I would assume if there's enough time to do anything else, we would... probably do some more TI, maybe. Probably.
So that was a fucking lie.
There is our exit. I still haven't even grabbed the perk that this zone offered me. Just gonna grab that.
Hi, Dunk. I originally subbed to your channel cause I unsubbed from Netflix. I realized I don't watch it anymore and instead I dunk you more. Wait, are my words being replaced with dunk? Oh god, the curse is dunk throughout my mind. Chat
working.
help dunk.
I like how TTS silenced him at that point. Chat help! Silence. You shut your mouth. There is no escape. Chat, help. Dunk, please. I dunk resist. Oh no. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Beautiful. Well said. Well said, Bayhue. Chat, shut your mouth. Would this be considered an official nightmare win streak? If not, how are you going to feel when you get to like a 32 and it won't be officially recognized? I think it's official. You know me, I tend to not do everything perfectly by the... Ooh, hold up. By the book all the time, so I wouldn't be shocked if there's some rule that I'm accidentally breaking. I wouldn't be too upset. Kind of just in it to flex, to show people that I can. To show that we can do it. To show the haters. To shut the haters up.
It's time to stop, okay?
No more.
No more.
Doesn't count because your streamer luck mod. Shut your mouth. No, that is the only wand stuff, I believe is approved in the win streaking. I think. I could be wrong. If it isn't, oh well. I lost my streak like 10 minutes ago. You lost your streak. Oh, your Noita streak. How'd it end? How'd you get got? You were hacked, right? I knew it. Was too greedy like always. I feel you. I feel you. The key though is that you recognize it, right? You weren't one of those chumps that died and said, the game cheated and I will never play again because it's all RNG luck. No, you said, hey, I was greedy. I will be back. I will go again. Dude, what is... The freaking one dude is going nuts over there. Where is he? It's not a bad wand. I just don't need it. Speed up? I do like. I do like. Oh, shit! Oh! This is why you gotta be more careful. Holy shit. Dude dropped down, grabbed my wand, and tried to rip my face off. Watch this shit. Oh my god! From the top ropes! Did you see that? Woo! From downtown!
Damn, son.
Dude had a plan. He was waiting. He was like, this is my moment. He just leapt in there. The moment I placed it down, he was like, it's mine! Look at that. I just dropped it for a second. It's like, yes! Ooh, I barely got out of the way of that fucking luminous drill. You see that shit? Dude just shaved my ass for me. That was very nice of him. It was quite helpful. Holy shit. Woo! What's worse, Lumi ignores repulsion field. You dropped the wrong one. True. True. I mean, I just didn't see any enemies nearby, so I didn't put a lot of thought into it. I was like, there's nobody nearby. It's all fine. It was not all fine. Double plasma? I'm a little scared to overload it, honestly. Sometimes I am accidentally hitting myself. I'd rather not have as much damage that it... I may need it, though, for the jungle. That is true. But I don't know if one plasma will exactly kill that quick. Use double blue plasma in case you hit a swapper. Explain? Wait, what do you mean by that? Use double blue plasma in case you hit a swapper? Oh, 2 separate instances of damage so that it would swap. I think that's only true if the core of it hits them, right? Will that apply for the... Actually, no, I think you're probably right. Even the beam itself should be considered separate beams. It is kind of a good idea. Wotus maybe thinking next level. For one time in his life. Well, wasn't what I had in mind. Yeah, crit's not bad, but also the Hungry Ghost isn't bad either. But then again, Hungry Ghost can apply damage to my Circle of Vigor, and that's the reason I'm staying away from it, I think. I'm like, Because if you accidentally get a Hungry Ghost buff at the same time you shoot Telly, I mean, same time you shoot the heal, that heal will have damage and heals both on it. So let's say that you have 5 HP, and it hits you for like 10 damage, and then it goes to heal you. The damage can, in most cases, would hit you first before the heal would kick in, so you would die before the heal would even begin. Oh yeah, crit probably is the move. With that said, though, Hungry Ghost can be pretty great. Definitely has its moments that it shines. Those plasmas. That idea of the double plasma in case of swappers did sound pretty good. Woat says a lot of delusional, ridiculous stuff, but for once, he was right. I'm so old now that I wake up early enough to catch dunk streams. Wait. It's just I've gotten so late in my stream schedule, that's all. That's all. You should try to beat Lasias's Nightmare win streak. What's his at, clearly? He had a pretty good one, I think. But no, I would never try to beat Lasias's Nightmare streak. Because he's a scrub. I'm going for the world record. We want #1, baby. We want the top of the boards. We don't want to set for these mediocre bullshit. We're going for #1. Oh my bad there, Alpha. You never Luminous. Oh yeah. Okay, it's really simple. Yeah, this Luminous Drill. Sometimes people have one set up in such a goofy way that it can make it really hard to grasp. When the reality is, there's just a simple concept between them. It's just like Luminous Drill. You know how Luminous Drill works. Nothing shocking there. You put the ping pong on the Luminous Drill. I see Kubi in them. Thank you guys for already helping him out too. I appreciate it. I'll just show it just so that he gets a visual. But when you put ping pong on there, it makes it fly out like this. That's just the way it works. It extends the lifetime of a Luminous Drill, and it makes it move in this weird ping pong. So it's actually a really good setup because it costs 0 mana to take a Luminous Drill, which is a pretty good damage spell. The issue is that it's so small that usually you don't want to run up and stab an enemy. It's just like kind of dangerous. But you put the ping pong on there, and now you can do it from downtown. From there, since it's a 2 cast, I put on 2 Luminous Drills so that it casts 2 of them at a time. It makes the wand go a little bit faster. And then I put a double at the end because since it's a 2 cast, these are already casting together. So by putting a double or just anything at the end, really, just something at the end, it leads to it wrapping and grabbing all of the spells again. This is called spell wrapping. This will lead into a much more powerful looking Luminous Drill setup. Pretty cool, right? But it's all based off of like the little base. These are I'm just putting multicast there to take up space. They're not needed. Like this is fine. Just sometimes you'll see me throw other modifiers on there because you have to manage your inventory, you have to organize stuff. And if you have extra mana anyways, where you're like, oh, I can throw these on there and my mana is still just fine in this case, then might as well do it to save myself space. I need a diagram in MS Paint to understand this. Shut the hell up. Hold on, where was something I was about to respond to? Oh, somebody said, will Dunkbot 2.0 allow TI votes to happen somewhere other than Twitch chat? So that was the whole goal, not saying that specifically, but that's the goal with Dunkbot 2.0 is to create a space where we can do creative stuff. It's like exactly what you're saying. Like you're in a Dunkbot 2.0 world, I would like to be able to hear something like that suggested and say, all right, let's do that. And we could, hopefully, in theory, be able to do that within like a day, rather than be like, let me just program this. It should be set up in such a way where we can do creative stuff on the fly very simply. We hope. Like, again, that one's just like a specific example, but we'll see what actually happens. Do you have to agree to some Dunkbot terms of service? All you have to do is send one knee picture in. It's a new technology. It's called kneecap identification. Apple and them haven't caught up with the tech yet. We do keep a database of all your knees. Though, to make sure the knee picture comes in clearly, you do have to lotion the knees beforehand. It's complicated stuff. You wouldn't understand. It's very, very technical. Could you imagine somebody has a database of just all these fucking pictures of kneecaps? I feel like this is useful somehow. Let's sell this to some government, make some serious money off of it. It's a genius idea. You're just not thinking about it. I've put a ton of thought into this. When somebody's about to commit a crime, what do? They cover their face. They never think to cover the kneecap. You have a database? Millions of kneecaps? Boom, you'll identify them in seconds. It's like, think about it, because I clearly have not. Alright, we got double plasmas like Woat was saying. I think it was a good idea. It was a good suggestion. Since people are buying bathwater of all the things, I would believe it. That's true. That is true. I remember back when that was like a thing. The bathwater crap. And there was like videos of people doing some wild shit. One dude was like making macaroni in the fucking bathwater.
This that good life. Pink guy, stab it! Oh!
It was like, we have reached peak degeneracy. This is... It's just when we burn it all down. Honestly, was that Filthy Frank? I don't even remember. There was so many videos of random shit going down with bathwater. With the bathwater that they were buying. Oh, no, okay. We're fine. It's okay. It's okay. We just walk it off. Walk it off. Why is the blue plasma better? He was just suggesting to do 2 plasmas in case we hit a swapper, so that it would be... Because if you shoot 1 projectile and it hits a swapper, you swap places. We're shooting 2, but the problem is I think the beam is too long now. Not only that, but I think if you shoot the double plasmas, I'm not even sure if both can hit them in time, causing it to swap to cancel out. I think you would need both the damage types on 1 projectile for it to be eligible to do like the canceling out of the swaps. I don't know. I was trying it out, but now that I've seen it a couple times, I don't like the range on it. I feel like it's creating too much danger. We're going back to the green one. How many heart attacks are you trying to give me? No, we're fine. We're fine. It's good for your heart. The stress will make your heart strong. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I once asked an AI a medical question, and I think I understand everything there is to know about it now. If the first plasma hits a swapper and that swaps you, won't the second plasma projectile hit? Yes, exactly. That's why I was like, well, if they hit in the same moment, but I think the likelihood, I don't even know if that can even really happen. I think it's almost always going to be one hits and then the other. And then when that one hits, you're just already... Yeet. So I need to get a modifier put onto the plasma, one of the plasma specifically, to then give it 2 damage types. Would be the better decision, I think. Oh, we got an explosive projectile. This is what we do it for. Alright, at this point, we've been in this one for so long, I think it's okay we move on. We've been in this fucking hiisi base for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Guess there's no reason to skip the heart, even for a moment. Can you use the mist and the damage wand too? Actually I could. Not a bad idea. It's not a terrible idea, because it may actually make the plasma a little more confined. Let's try it out. And if we do that, maybe actually swap to a timer. Chat, you may have cooked something up here. You may have cooked. Okay. You can work with this. The mist on their own don't do much. With that plasma, their powers combine. The blue plasma with the mist may actually be kind of genius. Wish I hadn't thrown them all on the ground. I would like to test it. Why do I have lightning? am I thinking? Oh my god. Garbage. Garbage. Oh my gosh. Those big fellas. In case you're curious, these regular enemies actually have more health than even the final boss does. That's how much they get pumped up in Nightmare mode. They get beefy. Snow. Oh, speaking of snow. Wait, I keep forgetting. What's the day that the snow starts to fall in Noita? Is it the beginning of December? Winter. Yep, December. Oh shit. So in about 8 days, you'll start to see snow falling in Noita in some of your runs. Snow and slush weather have a chance to appear in the overworld alongside the freezing biome modifier. So yeah, you won't see them every run, but you'll start to notice some of your runs at the beginning. You have snow falling on your character. It's coming up. We'll have to do some kind of goofy run where we, I don't know, change the snow into some other material. Snow into Healthium. You have to do an 11 orb or no balls. Well, actually, in Nightmare mode, the regular world only has 7 orbs, not 11. Though you can get to 11, you'd have to go to parallel worlds, but yeah, the main world is missing some orbs because of the way that the Nightmare world Jin does its thing. Spin. Electric immunity, it's something. I'll take it. Now you can add electricity to the miss one. Was there an electric modifier somewhere? I would like to do that if you did see one. We could add the lightning, but I don't really want lightning on that. You have knockback immunity and electric immunity. All you need is explosion immunity, and you have the coolest wand. Definitely have some good potential, but the explosion immunity is kind of a big deal. Kind of really need that. Electric charge was next to the fungal biome in the hiisi base. If you want it, I have the clip. Oh shit, you actually dug it up? Nah, I think we're in good shape. Though I do wish I had picked it up. That was kind of silly of me not to. But I don't think it's worth backtracking to. I think we'll be fine. I say that, and then when I'm dead, I'm like, why didn't I go to watch the clip? Here's some electricity, but I am electric immune. So I can go check it out. Good old Nightmare enemies. Just soaking up the damage. Who is up there? That was kind of scary for a moment. Yeah, these enemies are beefy. There's a freeze. The rest of the one's kind of crazy too, but the freeze is mainly what I'm interested in. My first win of Noita felt cheesed. I found an always cast Circle of Vigor and I made a chain gun build with it. Hey, a win's a win! A win's a win. That first one, you usually do have to find some little, you know... For me, it was invisible. Invisible was actually more OP back in the day, and that was how I got my first win in Noita. I invised my way to the ending. But I was so happy to finally get that first win. It's like, oh my god, this game can be beat. People in the chat were the ones that were convinced me, because they were saying like, Invisible is one of the best perks in the game. And I remember being like, Invis? It's one of the best? And then when I tried it out, I was like, holy shit, Invis is really strong. Just cheesed it up to the dub. hell, if we get explosion immunity in that last mountain, that could make for a fun build. How many times did you die before you got your first win? I don't remember the exact amount, but I had over 100 deaths. I remember I had so many deaths. And I remember thinking, just like everybody, that's why whenever people stop by, I always say to them what I would have liked to have been said to me. Because I had over 100 deaths, and I remember thinking, this game's impossible. This game's so luck. You know, it's bullshit. But I was having fun, but it's also like, you're like, every time you get close, just to have that ripped away from you, you're like, bullshit. But then, what I would have liked to have been told is like, listen, the game can be controlled. It feels RNG. And there is randomness to it, but it's randomness that can be like mastered and controlled. And it's not like pure chaos where you're like, oh, you just die for no reason. There is always a reason. There's always something you could have done to avoid it. It's not just like, oh, your character's dead. Like there's no seeds that are unwinnable. I say that, and then there's always a person I was like, what about this seed that is 0.000000001% chance of happening? Okay, there have been some seeds out there in Noita that were so insane that it's like, okay, this is pretty crazy. But they're in my 9,000 hours, almost 9,000 hours of Noita, I've never personally ran into one.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in
we have had a couple of people in the community, in the Noita community, not even just our community, in the Noita community, that have ran into seeds that were pretty wild. Stuff that was like, damn, that's insanely crazy. One of them was like 7 bridge bosses spawning in the very first zone because it was a greater chest that opened up and dropped the flask onto the ground, which broke, and then the bosses just spawned everywhere. Because yes, there can be a potion, a monstrous powder can exist in a potion, and that spawns bosses. Shot off screen by glass can sniper. I'm not talking about regular nightmare mode. Now, regular nightmare mode, I think there's a lot of bullshit. I think there is a ton of bullshit in regular nightmare mode. So I won't say that. I'm talking about the base vanilla Noita. But even with nightmare mode, where it feels like it is chaos and there's next level bullshit, even then, there are some crazy gamers out there that have showed us that even nightmare mode has consistency. That's why the world record in nightmare mode is like 80 wins or some crap, right? That's because clearly if you can win like 80 times in a row, that means there's some level of consistency that you can get in the game. There's some amount of like, hey, it seems like bullshit RNG, but you can master it. Isn't it over 200 for nightmare? Hold on, what is nightmare? Hold on. Win streak. There it is, 82 wins, nightmare mode right there. The one you're thinking of was right here. It's the regular mode, 238. Doll. Next event stream idea, get 10 nightmare win streak. Oh, screw that. Screw that. The next event stream is not that far away. I know, it's coming up too quick. I need time, I need time. More heals if I need it. What the hell you need heals for? I don't know, man. I see heals, I grab heals. Okay, I'm on autopilot. You know this. Chad's like, what the hell you need heals for? You have infinite circle of vigor. Don't get smart with me, damn it. Holy hell, that crab had health. Yeah, the next enemies that we're about to go into, these guys, that's where the beefiness, they hit peak thickness. The ultra thick. But we're here. Some decent stuff. I think I'm gonna roll it to see if we can get something fun. Maybe explosion immunity, that'd be cool. Well, that was not cool. Have a run idea for 2,900 win. Benevolent run. Combined pacifist run and searching for Halo perk cosmetic. Basically become an angel. Pacifist and searching. Okay, that's an interesting one. The passive part may frustrate chat, but I do think it's a pretty creative idea. To not be bothered by that is true. At least we get slime blooded because we do have the electric immunity. We don't have to worry about getting zapped. True. Alright, well, we're heading into the land of beefiness, where the enemies are going to be thick. We also got to watch out for any poly shots. That's why I tend to...
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is
Oh, come on. You, stop being alive. You stop that right there. No. No. See, I told you about these beefy enemies. They get thick. They get girthy. Watch this. You guys want to feel a little frisky? Who's feeling frisky with me? We're zapping them. If there's a swapper around, I'm going to get obliterated. Now you're cooking with gas. I'm a little scared about cooking with gas. Gonna blow this place up. So one of the things I have to be worried about using my heals in this area is every time I teleport and the heal goes flying off like that, if it hits a swapper, it will swap me. Even though it is a heal, which makes you think it wouldn't swap you because it's not damage. Anything affecting health, positive or negative, will swap. Could use black holes to prevent getting swapped or put a freeze on the Lumi drill. Well, what we could do, if we really want to be careful, we actually take off the plasma, and we take off the damage plus, and now the only thing that remains on this wand is the electric arc. And I don't own the electric arc. Like, whenever these explosions are happening... Hold on. Am I crazy? What's happening right now? Oh, there it goes. When those explosions are happening, you can't own... I'm trying to think how to explain this. It's like you're killing them in an indirect way. It would be like if you were to have a body of water, right? And you have something that is a lightning bolt. If you shot an enemy directly in the face with a lightning bolt, then yes, you killed them. You shot the lightning bolt, hit the enemy, they died. But instead of shooting them directly, you shot the water that they were standing in. The water conducts the electricity. The electricity runs along the water, electrocuting the enemy, and they died. That is not considered the player directly killing them. So it gives you bonus money because it's considered a trick kill. It's like an environmental kill. And it's the same idea of this wand. So we've attached electricity to these mists. So when the mists move, it's like the electricity conducts in the liquid and causes these like electrical explosions to happen. And I don't own those explosions. So if it were to run over a swapper, it wouldn't know that I'm the person it's supposed to swap with since I don't own it. It's also why we're getting so much gold. Because the bonus gold that I was just mentioning. Okay, get that guy there. Where's the corpse of that polymage? I ate some of him. 50 something %. Now, if I left this damage plus on here, I do own that damage plus. So whenever I shoot this mist out and it's like attached to, so see when it's hitting this guy? Hold on. See how it's hitting that guy? And it slowly ticks for damage. It's actually not that much damage. It's 10 damage per miss, so it's 30 damage a tick. It's pretty lame. But that I do own that though. That's the player's damage. So it can swap me. So that's why you want to stick with something like electricity. Because, hell, I don't own that shit. It's natural. All natural. Oh, that's a polymage right there. Oh, no you don't. Bad polymage. No. What the fuck? Oh! That got so close! Oh my goodness! Repulsion is goated, man. You just can't deny it. Look at this crap. Look at this. See? You see that? That's a swapper right there. I actually almost messed up and accidentally shot him directly with my thing that delivers the payload. That would have been bad, because I still do own the spitter that I shoot out. I just don't own the payload. So we shot it into the swapper. We didn't own the explosions, and problem solved. An announcement of another Noita-related project I made as in Chase Check this. Not trolling, but don't get too excited. What is Woad on about? What is this guy on about? Noita GPT? Wait, what? Made using the entirety of the WikiGG's text as the training data and some additional stuff I had at hand. I haven't released it publicly because I found only one option to host it online for free using Hugging Face Spaces. I don't even know what that is. And the CPU only instances are extremely slow. It's a hit or miss. You can't really predict it unless you let the whole system crunch more data, up to a minute or so. Some questions it answers better, like the boss's question in the screenshot. Some questions it answers worse than ChatGPT with the web search enabled. I have all the trained data and vector embeddings saved and made portable / transferable in case anybody wants to help make it an actual working thing. How many bosses are there in Noita? 13 main unique bosses. Wait. But that's... Oh wait, this is ChatGPT. This is Noita GPT. I was like, that's not accurate. 15. Which perks, materials, how many bosses? There are 15 main bosses in Noita. Additionally, the door boss is represented by 4 different... damn it, why won't it let me? 4 different creatures, but count as a single boss. This makes for a total of 16 distinct boss entities the player can encounter during gameplay. Wait, how does that make sense? That also is a little bit scuffed of an answer. There are 15 main bosses. Additionally, the door boss is represented by 4 different creatures, but count as a single boss. This makes a total of 16 distinct boss entities the player can encounter during gameplay. That... Wait, what? The fuck? I think it's kind of saying things that are accurate, but then it's saying some weird shit. Yeah, there are 15 main bosses. One of the bosses is in 4 pieces. I don't know why it says there's 16, but there are 16 pillars because the deer boss can be in 2 forms: the unbuffed version and the buffed version of the deer buff. There's the buff version of the deer boss, and then I guess the unbuffed, because the other ones, I mean, he's still a boss. Deer boss is still dangerous, but there's the buff version that's like another level. So because of that, there's 16 pillars, which I would think of that as maybe 2 different bosses as well, possibly. I mean, they're one boss, but there's 2 forms of them. Who knows, man? But that's a pretty cool project. I'm very curious, because that has been one of the things that ChatGPT is pretty terrible at, is Noita
Aliens will look down on you and say, why is this cat called Diddy? He would want.
His name is Teddy, and you will respect him. Can't even remember what we were yapping about. Oh yeah, ChatGPT. You can ask for like basic advice with ChatGPT, and it's not too bad. But if you need like wand crafting help and anything that's a little more specific to knowing the game, yeah, ChatGPT is pretty terrible at it. We just mainly memed it up and asked it some silly questions and laughed whenever it gave us ridiculous answers. But the sad thing is there's probably some people out there that are actually looking for legitimate answers and just getting kind of scammed with what it's saying to them. Just being lied to. Oh. ChatGPT hallucinated a whole bunch of bosses in that screenshot. If you include all major mini bosses and world bosses, did one of them say delirium? Wait, isn't that from Binding of Isaac? I'm trying to think. There may be a mod that has a boss named Delirium in it, but Isaac has Delirium. I don't know, frog boss. But yeah, I don't know where the hell the frog boss, delirium. So this one's real. This one's kind of real. Kolmi's eyes is probably referring to the... Well, there's a boss that is Kolmi's eyes. But I forget what are all the pieces of Kolmi. There's the Mecha Kolmi. There's regular Kolmi. There's the bridge boss. And then... Isn't there another piece of Kolmi? Spin! Or not even Kolmi, of whatever the hell it's supposed to be. Oh, the meat boss. Thank you, Sky. The original goal, if anybody doesn't know, the dev who was making these bosses, even talked about it, Tim Pooley. His general goal was to make these different bosses that are each like different pieces, I guess, of like a bigger boss, or you're collecting all these all these pieces, and once you have killed them all, you can summon in like some ultra crazy boss. And he even posted the concept art, which was like a little just silly picture of the mountain in Noita would literally turn into a boss. It was just an idea. Like he just posted a concept art. If anybody has that, you should link it. It was pretty cool. But he said that maybe one day, if he did return to Noita, maybe he would finish out that idea he had. But that was the original intentions for why there's these different parts of Kolmi, I guess, or whatever the hell they're considered. They were supposed to all be connected.
Dunk your page. Diddy Cat told me that you need to watch this to win your next TI.
Antique, I am not getting baited right now. Let me get this dub before you guys getting too crazy on me.
Can y'all spin so he can finish this up and do some power words or something? I need adrenaline.
You see, the thing is, I'm pretty hungry right now. You see what I'm saying about the boss having less health than the enemies? You see how fast it killed him compared to some of those enemies that we were blasting? Chat? Win streak number 3, baby! Woo! Nightmare mode streak is still alive. We're at 3. We're climbing up. I remember last time we were talking about nightmare mode, and I said, yeah, we could do nightmare streaking sometime. And somebody in the chat was like, you've never won more than one at a time. And I was like, yeah, I play one, and then I wait a couple days and I play another one, but they're still in a row, like for the last time I played it. They're like, no, you never win them in a row. They said you always lose the next time you play. Well, now we're at a 3. All right, already disproving that hater, that day 1 hater. And we're gonna keep on climbing. Not gonna lie, you died like 3 times this run. Listen, I get it, Inex. You're maybe new to Noita, but this screen right here, this is the winning screen. All right, Inex. You keep working hard, you'll get to see it too one day. This is the screen for winners. Woo!
All I hear at Copium. I've been wondering what was it like growing up in the Great Depression.
What the hell are you linking right now, Antique? What are you yapping about? You get one link. Let me see what this is. What is this? What? Wait, the text actually saying something? Hold on, what does it say? Hey gang, quiet down. It's time to address an address from Dunk. As an old man, Dunk feels quite at home here in the Senate. He also has a special statement just for you.
I am gooning it. I am gooning it. I am gooning it.
Okay, what the hell? What is this shit? What did you just link me? Why is it saying I'm gooning it? Shut the hell up. Antique may actually have brain damage. This is like, this is a special case of brain damage.
Oh, is that you? I love you. Please have sex with me. Together, they each now have a 10% chance to crit. A way to kind of visualize this is if you were to add a bloodlust and you shoot it, both of them have that red trail that's saying that, hey, they both have the bloodlust, so I have to be the last one standing.
Did I see a single frame of something? Hold on, chat. Hold on. What do we see a one frame of? I'm scared. What the hell? What the hell? What is this shit?
Hey, they both have the bloodline, so I only have to be the one. Watch each one of you slowly die. Okay, boomer. I'm the youth in this community. Who's with me, my fellow Rizzlers? Can we get some 6-7s in the chat? Come on now. So, I have been putting this video on forever. I am bringing the average age down. Keeping it young. And while it is...
Chat is unemployed, confirmed.
Who's with me, my fellow Rizzlers? When you begin to break down our
Why is Lasias and... Let's see Lasias and Mind's eyes little like profile things? Little icons?
Holy shit, he's pretty young. A little lost. There can be some math behind it, and people fall asleep on it. But I'll do my best to explain it quickly.
What the hell is this? I don't even understand. There's no like... We were just in like the Senate or some shit like 2 seconds ago.
Can we get some 6-7s in the chat? Come on now. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will be able to build wands just like this. Pretty easily, at the very least. If you're not building wands like this all the time,
Hey chat, lovely day, wouldn't you think? Unfortunately, that can't be so. Word has it, our beloved Dunk has turned on his community. Turned on his community? Chat, are you turned on right now? I think so. Cinder to the Shadow Realm, he says one day. Nope. Yes. I'm gooning it, I'm gooning it, I'm gooning it. Another. Oh, please, old man. We all know you're far too past your prime for that. But anyways. We here on Dunk News need your help. Don't let this tyranny continue. Join the movement. Vote no on today's bet. Break his spirit. What? Also, thanks a ton to Some Dunk VOD's Diary of Dunk for their amazing repository of Dunk footage. They've been amazing help. Mods ban all 3 of them. Why does it say... I even noticed the activate windows up in the corner. What the hell? The JoJo being recommended afterwards makes a lot of sense. I don't know what we just witnessed, but besides turning on the community, as I'm known to do, I'm going to lock in the win, and then we're going to do the final shop of the day because, chat, I am starving. I'm sorry, I'm hungry, but, you know, wait, there's more. We will be playing Noita in 15 hours. It's like you just take a nap. Just take a small nap. Maybe get a snack. Get some sodas, you know. Or okay, not so. I'm not gonna condone sodas. All right. I've been staying off sodas for years. I'm not gonna push that onto you. But get some delicious drinks. Maybe an apple juice. No, this is not piss, chat. This is not piss. This is apple juice. Maybe grab some delicious juices, some snacks, and be ready, because in 15 hours, we're throwing down in some more Noita. Also, in case you guys didn't know, we're at 2,591 wins. So our next event is coming up quick, and I'm actually pretty scared. How many cosmetics I have missed? Oh man, you've missed a ton,
to make the background loop for the final scene, but the rest is real.
Wait, what do you mean the rest is real? What are you on about? This is not piss. This is apple juice. Don't you dare try to ruin my apple juice. How dare you? You disgust me. All right, Nightmare win streak number 3. Golden yes signs going out to Jack Gordon, Dimogate, What Striker, Awanga, Angry Wayne Gretzky, And pseudonyms are great. Oh, and Frosty. He's almost slipped in there,
You
Frosty.
said you'll lock the bet and open the shop. After that I went to the bathroom, urinated, washed my hands, went to get some snacks, came back, and the bald guy still hadn't opened the store.
God, don't listen to him. All I heard was that Kuba urinated on his hands, something like that. He's just crazy. Augusto, congratulations on the 7th streak. You two there, pseudonyms and Squanchy.
Just something that I've been wondering. Is it true that East worlds tend to be more stable than West worlds?
Yes, that for sure was true for the longest time. And then at some point, they're supposed to have done things that help make the West a little more stable. But even since then, I still find the West to, like, if I'm going to crash in parallel worlds, I feel like it happens more often in the West. So that could just be my brain just living in the past. Because it for sure, 100% was true in the past. But present day, some people claim that it's supposed to be equally stable. But I still just stay in the East because, yeah, not trusted. Not trusting that. Angry Wayne Gretzky, Astral 88 with the 7 streak. Awanga, Jester's Wrath, Powder That Makes You Say No, Lord Wootman, Wutschleiler. What's I don't know. Every once in a while I get brave for you. What's and I'm like, I'm gonna say the full username perfectly, and then it never goes well. Alex Forsyth. Oh, actually no, Forsyth's on a 7 streak. Narcin Adodoros, Jack Gordon, and the Joker. I butcher a lot of those names, doing my best to ruin them all equally so that nobody feels discriminated against. I suck at all usernames. I apologize. Gentlemen's with a negative 7 streak. 7 wrong predictions. You two there, Grodercon and George. You 3 got a cosmetic for being wrong 7 times. It's a little dunce cap. It's in your backpack. You could equip it whenever you like. 7 streaks going out to, or back-to-back 7 streaks going out to Sand Sniffer, Forsyth, and Folded Eggs. Congratulations on the 14 predictions in a row correct. Congrats, you crazy bastards. And I told you guys I'd keep your streak safe. I'd keep them safe.
2 questions. 1, is there a VOD of you doing your first ever Sun Quest in the archives? And 2, 34 orb run tomorrow, please? Also, you really gotta make the mental note.txt sort by streak size instead of time when bet was
I know.
KW.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. I've been lazy about that for only like 6 years. So my first ever Sun Quest actually was a little bit scuffed. My first ever Sun Quest, I actually got to the end where you need to take the sun and collide it with the dark sun to do a supernova. And when moving the sun, I actually got polymorphed and it killed my character. And that was I was gonna do my first ever Sun Quest, and I was an event stream. So what did I do? I hit new game and I win again. Luckily though, you gotta remember the Sun Quest, the way it works is if you build a sun up in heaven, then even if you die after that, you still have the sun in heaven. So it saved me having to do part of the quest again because I'd already done that part. But obviously, after you're already OP, that's like the easy part, right? The hard part is getting OP. So I had to go get OP again. And so, yeah, my first ever Sun Quest was like, honestly, probably longer than like 19 hours. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But probably like, 19 hours plus because it pretty much was like 2 runs where I was having to like fix the mistake I made in the previous run where I got myself killed. Colliding the suns is super tricky. It is. It's a little bit funky. You have to get, there's some weird stuff going on there. Cheese Danish, thanks for the 35-monther. I do appreciate you. Headwind actually bet on me losing today's Nightmare run, so I'm guessing they were hacked. Don't worry, Headwind. We'll look into it to find out who hacked your account because clearly there's no way you could be that tiny brain that you doubted I would win. That's just ridiculous. So I'll find out who that hacker is. We'll get to the truth. Diary of Dunk has a pretty good collection of recent streams. I don't know about older ones. Yeah, the one that they're talking about, Antique, was like super old school. Is it because Meat Flap was asking, is there an internet archive collection of Dunk streams from the past? I know a lot of YouTubers have mods or friends making those for them just in case. So we have 2 community members that have started keeping track of like VODs because I'm really bad about it. That's some Dunk VODs and Diary of Dunk. But you know, since I was a much smaller streamer way back then, no, there was nobody keeping track of it, and I did a terrible job of tracking that stuff because I don't know, like you don't realize. It's kind of like you don't realize you want them until after they're already gone. Then you're like, oh, maybe I want to save that. I don't have. Some people have that mentality of they like save every recording ever that they do, and then other people I think are like me where they save nothing and then they regret it later. That's pretty much my style. But I do still have a lot of old runs. Like they're not because I played pretty much every day. In fact, when I first started streaming, I streamed 6 days a week, and it was always Noita. I took small breaks where I played like other games for like maybe a month or so or a couple weeks, but it was almost always Noita. And if you go to my YouTube channel, there are my main YouTube channel, which is just DunkOrSlam. If you go to the videos and you go to the oldest, yeah, you see it started. My first run started being posted at 700 wins.
Especially with your memory going in your old age. It's good to have some video evidence of the skill you used to have.
All right. Laugh it up. Around here is where I started saving them, around 700 wins. There still are going to be videos, I think, that are a bit older than that on Twitch that I have archived, but for the most part, this is where my actual saving of runs really started, where I was like, oh, this is a keeper. 7-hour baby streams back in the day. He streamed decent amounts. The thing about that is, Solar, the reason I have to do 7 hours is because I have to message you after stream so we can get to work on Dunkbot 2.0. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up with the final shop of the day because me and Solar got some programming to do. You know who we're going to show some love to? He's shown love to us recently. We haven't got this chance to tag him back recently. Celerity is currently playing Star Vaders. It says Star Vaders 2.0 is here. He's been hitting us with some sweaty times.
Okay, but what about adding Crown in the Clouds to Dunkbot 2.0?
Keep that on the DL, Steffi. Keep it on the DL. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Celerity is a content creator that's been around longer than I have, I believe. And, you know, as a streamer, I haven't really made a ton of connections with other streamers out there. Most of the people that I know that are streamers are people that have become part of our community. You know, people that have sweated up over in our little corner of the world, which is basically the Noita section. So Celerity is a guy that has at one point, I guess he kind of roamed his way into the Noita section, and maybe Miksu. People have shouted him out and stuff. So we've rated him a couple times, and he's always been very kind and showed us love back. So I like to, you know, he rated us just last week. I like to return the favor. He's always seems like he's really chill over there, having fun, goofing around. And I know you ultra weebs are always looking for somebody to relate to because you're like, hey, you know, you see this guy, a god gamer, an elite tier gamer who is anti-weeb. It makes it hard for you to relate. I get it. But this guy...
Credit to Scally Praise. I think this is really beautiful and shows the community.
No, I am not clicking that shit. I don't know what you're doing right now. We're sending out a raid. Don't try to distract, damn it. We're sending a raid out to Celerity. He's currently playing a game called Star Vader. My point is he's not like a diehard Noita player or anything like that, but he is another large content creator who has been very supportive of our community. So I'd like to support him in appreciation for all he's done and all the love he's given us. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm starving to death. I'm dying over here, chat. I love Star Vaders. I actually don't know anything about it, so I'll probably grab some food and watch, see what it's all about. I'll learn something, I guess. I'll see if what this game is all about. I don't think I've seen it. I've watched him play some... Did you say Star Vaders? No, Star Vaders, like Darth Vader. Unless Darth Vader is another thing that you watched, but that I didn't see that. You must have been watching something else, some other kind of content. Thanks for the stream, Dunk. Have a good... Oh, thank you, Jack, for hanging out. You too there, Bongar. I see it. Celia Kun, thanks for the love, man. Hopefully you were able to snag one of those, the cosmetic they had returned today, because I know you were the one that made it come back. People were snagging it up like crazy, so even if you didn't get it, people agreed, and they also wanted it. Sonic Kiwi, always good seeing you. Astro, Gusto, Torakashi, Kaj, Mooncat, Mystery, Lude. Have a nice one. Thanks for the cozy stream. No, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for putting up with my bullshit chat, as always. Hold on, wait. One last sub of the day. Who was that? Sonic Kiwi, my dude. Peace out. Thanks for the 21-monther, man. I appreciate the kindness. Thank you, chat. I'll see you in 15 hours, okay? 15 hours, more Noita. Stay sweaty, stay awesome. And, yeah, deuces.
Have a nice day, carrot. Bye.